Astro, it's been so long. I forgot you were even in this game.
It's been 1 week.
It's been so long. I forgot you were even in this game. You were so barely there last time.
That's
I mean,
that's
to be
fair.
fair, a lot of us were barely there last time.
True.
Also, you actually weren't there last week, Astro.
Well, yeah. No, I don't know. Yeah. Well, I actually just was not there. Yeah.
Failure. Oh, in other news. So, when I was working as a cashier, back at like the Dollar General and all that, I had noticed
Uh,
something that was a common fixture in the carts of Hispanic families. Taijin seasoning. Now, I didn't know what it was, and recently I
what?
got some and used it for my fajitas, and I've found it. I've finally found it. The ingredient that was in the fajitas I got at a taqueria in Texas that made it so damn good. I've found the Mexican Tony Sacheries. It's Taijin seasoning.
Good for you.
Yes. For anyone who likes Cajun cooking, Tony Sacheries is
Oh, hey, we have a bunch of that at my work.
what, Tony Sacheries? Or Taijin? Yeah, it's just like a lime and chili pepper mixture.
Yeah, we got a lot of
Hmm.
that.
Anyway, I made fajitas for dinner tonight using it, and they were good.
Nice.
Yeah.
What kind of fajitas?
Chicken.
Ah, I like chicken. I think
Mm-hmm.
chicken is the protein I eat more than any two other kinds combined.
Hmm.
So that's partially because of choice and partially because of inability. He's like, I don't eat a lot of pork. Uh, he's like, I don't really. Pork chops are fine, and I don't like bacon. Uh, and beef. I don't know. I don't really eat a lot of beef.
Okay, William.
I do. Beef is easily the second most one thing I eat most, but it's mostly chicken.
Here's what I want you
I
to
don't know.
do, William. Get yourself a pork tenderloin. Coat it in salt,
Oh, pork
pepper.
tenderloins. That's. I love tenderloins.
Exactly. Salt,
Huh.
pepper, Tony Sacheries, and a little bit of paprika and garlic powder. Like coat it in that. Sear that on in a pan with a little bit of oil. Then take a cup of water, pour it into the pan once everything is, seared on. Cover it on, a little under medium heat. Leave it for 3.5 hours. It should be able to be pulled apart with two forks really easily. Uh, After that, I want you to add some chopped cabbage, some more Tony Chachere's garlic powder and salt, some chopped carrots, and like half of a chopped onion in there. I want you to simmer that for another 45 minutes to an hour. Maybe add another cup of water if it's a little too dry, but it shouldn't be with the pork juices. And there you have a very lovely pork and cabbage stew that we make a lot in my house.
Nice.
Yes.
I did make a very nice meatloaf once at work. Uh,
Meatloaf.
I had got some beef, seasoned it really nicely. Put it out on like I got a sheet tray. I put some plastic wrap on it. I spread out the meat the seasoned meat on it like half an inch thick, if even that. No, it was parchment paper. It wasn't plastic wrap. It was parchment paper.
Right.
But yeah, then I got like a bunch of slices of cheese, slapped that on there. Got then I rolled it up
Your Joel.
Sure. I rolled it up to look like one would when they're making cinnamon rolls. And then I took some bacon. I made a weave,
Yeah.
and then I wrapped that around. I seared it off on the flat top first, and then finished it in the oven. It's pretty good.
How do you get the parchment paper out?
The parchment paper was just for like that initial, like you don't roll it with the parchment paper.
Oh, okay, I see
Like
what
you
you're
start
talking
off with the
about.
parchment paper, and then you basically just move the parchment paper like up as you're rolling it around.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. Everyone was it was funny because I made it at work using work supplies, and
Yeah.
everyone was yelling at me as they were eating it. They're like, "God damn it, this is gonna raise my blood pressure so high as they're
Yeah.
eating it." which
Yeah.
is funny.
How much oil was at the bottom of that tray after you cooked it?
I don't remember. It was a while ago, but it's like I used to have a coworker. Um, I used to have a coworker who was diabetic,
Yeah.
and like I make desserts. I like making desserts and bringing them into work so people can be like, all right, this is pretty good, but giving me critiques and things like that.
Yeah.
I made this really, really nice dark chocolate cake. I made it was a particularly busy weekend, I think. So I don't I remember I made either two or I made three of them. I don't remember. But I remember I made like either two or three of them, and he he was so funny because it's like, shit like this is the reason I have diabetes, and he's like eating a big old slice of it, and I think he ended up actually taking like half of an entire cake home, and every time I would bring in another dessert. He would complain as he's eating it about how I'm trying to murder him because he has diabetes. And I just like,
Jesus.
dude, you're the one who brought half a cake home. He's like, yeah, it's your fault.
Stop making the cake so good and bring it to work, William. You know how hard it is to resist that shit when it's especially fucking dark chocolate cake with its semi-sweet bitter goodness.
Uh,
A little dusting of coffee grounds on top. Colombian. Finely ground.
did I ever show you guys the last one I made?
New.
It was last year I think around I think it was almost exactly a year ago. But yeah, the restaurant I was at was getting shut down for remodeling.
Oh, I thought it was because of your terrible cooking. No.
I mean, it might have been,
I don't believe that, William.
but
Come on. Come on. Wait, where'd the evil snogging go?
where are you? Oh yeah, here you go. This is what I made.
The fuck cake.
Yeah, fuck was a reference to back when I was an apprentice. I worked
Cake
at
fucks.
I had a shift at the bake shop, and they were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, if you want, you can order a cake. You get a discount on it." So I was like, "All right, there any restrictions?" Nope. All right. So I was working there, and they were making it as I was working there. So I was literally watching the guys like frost my cake. I got a lemon and blueberry cake because I heard lemon and blueberry was really good.
It
So
is.
as the guys, yeah. So as the guy was like frosting my cake, I was like, "Hey, you know what'd be really funny? If you just wrote fuck on it."
Did he suddenly become bewitched by inspiration like I do sometimes, going, I have an idea, 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 and then just continuing to chant that over the next like 12 minutes, and then just spitting out some memey shit.
Unfortunately,
She's seen me
no.
do it. Okay. Penny, you've seen me do
Uh,
that.
I gave that cake to my grandparents.
Oh, that is a lovely fuck cake.
Yeah, I gave it to my grandparents.
I'm sure they freaking loved it.
My grandfather started laughing his ass off, and my grandmother looked at me like, "Oh my god!"
That's all
Like she
things
literally
should be.
yelled. She literally yelled that at me like, "Oh my god!"
As all things should be.
Uh,
I want some of that cake. That looks so good. Look at that thing.
hello, Astro.
Ah, you have
I'm
arrived. It is
already
me,
here.
Comical.
Hello,
okay.
comical.
Hello, Comical. Also, hello,
Hello.
Astro.
Hello.
I don't think I actually greeted you.
No worries.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for being late. I was eating lunch and I was session zeroing my new game.
Fair enough. I will say, out of all of my creations, I think this is definitely the one I'm most proud of.
Ah, yes. I made a meme about that one.
Just the horde of tiny little pumpkins I made.
Like,
It's like that was the first time I ever worked fondant before, and it went really well.
I actually made a meme of that for you.
Oh yeah. Hey guys, give me a second. I need my spooky dust. Uh,
Give me a sec, guys. I need my spooky dust. That made me so happy.
good. That whole night would have gone by so much faster if I had just done like one design and stuck to it, but no. For some reason I decided to make them all look different.
You were driven mad by
I was-
inspiration.
I was up till 1 in the morning when I had to get up at 5.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like, I remember for the last few years before my grandmother passed, like, well, before things got bad, like, I did the jack-o'-lantern every year, and I made these.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. I made this one, and this one, and this
I like
one's
the
my
I like the
favorite.
Cthulhu looking one in the middle.
Yeah.
Well, not Cthulhu, but like Yogg-Sothoth looking one in the middle.
Yeah, the one that's got like a bunch of lopsided pinprick eyes and the anus mouth.
I was gonna say the not pound key, but
Yeah.
what is that one called?
I like the last one the most. The what? What pound key?
Sorry, give me a second.
Yeah, I make some good jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah, they are very nice. Now I'm just thinking of that video of the squirrel that got into the jack-o'-lantern like a week after Halloween,
Oh, yeah.
and because of the amount of time that had passed, it had fermented,
Yeah.
and it was just drunk off its ass.
Yeah. I want to make my own alcohol someday. I'll make mead. I want to make my own mead. I think it might be cheaper in the long run for me to just make, like, 2 gallons of fucking mead
Maybe.
every once in a while.
Alright then. Don't know if Ghost has shown up, so let's go ahead and get started. Who remembers what happened last section?
Nobody remembers what happens last session. We were all asleep. So we began... Oh, one night, actually. But we began investigating the temple. We found, like, the glowy potion. And, I think that was about it. We just kind of waffled the rest of the time.
Damn.
You did have some rather interesting in-character discussions.
I don't know why I can't remember any of this. Oh yeah, Flush and Fortune had a little talk where Flush spilled the beans on his situation.
Pretty sure that was 2 sessions ago.
Oh, then what the fuck did we do last time?
You know, Flush spilled the beans on his situation, and then Fortune and Sebastian had had an argument on what Flush should do.
Again, that was
Yeah.
2 sessions ago.
Yeah, but...
Deep existential crisis.
And then there was,
It's like parents fighting over their child's future.
yeah. He should just give up and move on. No, he has to finish what he started.
No, he should have the choice to give up.
He should not abandon everything for his own selfish desires.
You can never
Collectivism.
force someone to fight for the world.
Collectivism versus individualism.
Dinner's ready?
Just eat, it's okay, Mommy and Daddy are just having a little discussion.
Big sister and
cook.
granddad were just arguing.
Oh yeah, big sis and granddad. Fuck.
I'm your family cook. Like,
What the fuck?
Qu'est-ce que fuck?
Qu'est-ce que fuck?
Yes, give fuck.
Oh,
I'm using that.
what?
I'm stealing that for real for like outside use.
Qu'est-ce que fuck? Okay.
Yes, give fuck.
I have no memory. The fuck happened?
okay.
We were looking at the compound. We were figuring out what the fuck we were doing. Did we spawn inhabitants last time? There was...
We did not.
No, yeah, you're right.
We found where the buildings are. We heard a massive roar that we have deduced to be a T-Rex.
Yeah,
We do not know where the T-Rex is, but we just spent the day. Well, we know the direction. We don't know when it's attacking.
Yeah, we know it
Then-
was across the lake.
Then we teleported to the building, which then we found out was a series of buildings. Then we went in one. We found a potion of a chemical wonder, and Pierre said, "No, do not drink this. No one's drinking this." And then I think we ended the session.
Okay, so...
By the way, here you go. Oh wait, Astro, you're not in game.
Oh yeah. Forgot I was in the wrong game.
You might have clicked you.
I was in Spooky Texas because that's where I have the character sheet for another game that I was just in.
That's fun.
So, yeah.
So a goblin runs up, screaming, reaches into your pack, takes the potion out, guzzles it, and then runs off. making it rain on
What?
his way out.
Quickly, if we cut his stomach out fast enough, we'd be able to save the potion.
We just have to find a way to to separate the stomach acid and the potion.
No. All we have to say is it's got citrus in it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Wait.
Drink all of the stomach acid.
Prove that your stomach acid is stronger. Throw some baking soda in there. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
For flavor.
Acid and base makes water.
Yeah.
It does not make water, but it does make a
Well,
neutral.
it makes water and a salt. If you have perfect, and I mean absolutely perfect ratios of hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide, you make salt water.
Yeah, but not any
But it-
acid in any base that reaches a neutral point is water.
Yeah. But if you have those two acids, like if you have that
Anyways.
acid on that base, you can make salt water, but it has to be perfect ratios.
That's just
Anyways.
that's just a replacement reaction, but okay. That has nothing to do with acids and yeah.
So yes. Astro.
Yes.
Here you go. This is the potion that was found.
The Philosopher's Brew.
Ooh. Huh. Interesting.
It is odd that it's like a transmutation potion. It gives you Druidcraft.
Druidcraft is transmutation.
It is, but like its actual abilities have multiple like divination effects and shit.
So do we all get one of these or just one of us?
We found
Is there
There
just
is
one?
a single. There is a single potion. It has
Interesting.
not been drunk yet.
Pierre,
I drink it, no.
It's just Pierre grabs it and saying, "I want to study this." And Fortune said, "Like we could probably make more of this if we could find out how it was made."
And we could sell it
No,
for a lot of money.
not until we make a lot.
We could rule the world like gods.
Hey, Vivi.
Very sad gods.
We could rule the tri-state area!
We could rule them like gods. Sad, depressed gods. Tragic, depressed gods. There we go. It's Fortune Duran planning their future.
God. Anyways.
Yes, we found the Philosopher's Brew.
And yeah, you guys are in that room where you guys picked up the potion. Pierre now has it. What do you want to do? You are inside. You are currently inside the building on the second tallest floor.
Okay, so now is probably a bad time to bring this up, but this is some old compound where obviously a bunch of transmutation wizards have been doing their works. If we were ever going to find some horrifying abomination the likes of which we were never meant to see, it would be here.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay, sorry about that. My internet died.
Okay.
Okay.
Fortune said we're in an ancient compound where a bunch of transmutation magic was being experimented with. If we were ever going to find a horrible abomination the likes of which we were never meant to see, here's where we would.
Well,
Or it would be here.
at least you gave us the heads up, I suppose.
I'm just saying that happens a lot. And I have a bad feeling that now is the time when it will happen again.
Gonna watch for like anything floating.
There is lots of dust.
We have to fight Bruce Banner's father from the first Incredible Hulk from the 2004 Incredible Hulk movie.
You have to fight his father from the comics, the one where he backhands a toddler like 15 feet across the room.
Jeez.
Shut up, boy! I'm trying to stab your mother.
It's so much worse.
Fair enough.
He thought Bruce's intelligence was a sign of Satan interfering with him.
Seriously?
Yeah, because Bruce was like reading when he was like a year old,
Okay.
and
To
and
be
his dad
fair,
was like, that is not natural.
Yeah.
Kill it.
The thing is, that's not natural. If a 1-year-old starts reading and turns to me and says, "Hello, father, I have finished Moby Dick," I'm burning that thing.
That might be a bit.
honestly,
Again, that might be a bit of an exaggeration, but like it was something like that. Like Bruce was like extremely smart,
Yeah.
and his dad was like, "That's not natural. Get rid of it."
The thing is, like,
hello, father. I have finished Moby Dick.
if an infant shows adult level intelligence, that's a fucking demon baby. That thing's possessed.
Okay, I
That's
don't
it.
think he showed adult level
No.
intelligence.
It's an isekai protagonist.
That's true.
Is that a thing in Isekais where I learned how to read and speak at the age of 1?
I mean, technically, an isekai protagonist already knows how to do all that stuff because they already learned it, so they would know how to like read when they're born.
Okay, yeah, but they're usually materialized if they're at the age of their death, not fucking birthed into a baby with all the knowledge that they, you know, get a hold of as their brains form. Kazuma
I
Sato
don't
was
really
not.
watch a whole lot of isekai, so I don't know how true that is. The only one I know is Tanya, where a 30-year-old man became a little girl.
A Hitler Youth agent, yes.
Tanya Degurached, you scary, scary bitch.
But yeah, my point was like, I don't know. I've only ever seen Sword Art Online and Konosuba, and that's all. Or no, Overlord, Sword Art Online, and Konosuba, and that's one too many.
Oh yeah, I do like Overlord,
Yeah,
but
Sword Art Online.
I
I want that
refuse.
time back. I want that
Can you
time
even
back.
really call Sword Art Online an isekai?
Technically, because he does get trapped there, and like, he sort of institutionalizes and can't bring himself to stay away once he gets free of it finally. Bit of a dot hack situation, which was the original isekai, really.
They solved that by making it so that when you win the game, you're banned from it for life,
Yes. But,
and
yeah.
they destroy your character model.
Damn, son. But,
Yeah, because I remember watching one of the dot hacks, and it's like, hey, you won a contest. That means you're allowed to use the character model of one of the people who won the game before. Because when someone wins the game in this game, apparently that character model is banned for everyone else.
I guess it's to prevent meta builds. That does make sense.
No, not the build, the model,
Oh, like you
like
can't
the
look
way the
like that.
character looks.
Okay, well that's just like a Hall of Fame kind of thing. That's fine. That's kind of cool. But
Anyway,
the best isekai is Konosuba. Moving on, and it's literally a
uh,
spoof making fun of isekais.
either way, yes, you guys are walking through the place, and yeah, there's lots of dust, lots of overgrowth. Uh, there are places where this hallway should be about 15 feet tall or so, but there are places where It's about 5 feet because of the sheer amount of growth in the hall.
Jeez.
Hmm.
But yeah, you guys are traveling through the building. Are you leaving the building, or are you like what you doing?
Well, we on the ground floor now. I guess we could walk between them. Between them. Are we on the ground floor, or are we still like a few floors up?
Uh, you were on the second floor down, which was not the ground floor.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say roll a perception or survival check.
Perception or what? Perception or
Or survival.
perception it is.
Actually, here,
Okay.
you can have
Yeah.
advantage.
Okay.
Dun dun.
I don't know why I
Hmm.
have advantage, but I have advantage.
Be
That's a
afraid.
20. I don't know why I
Uh,
a quick advantage then rolled, but okay.
yeah. As you were told by the spiders, like this, or as you remember from being shown by the Chewinga, this place, despite being overgrown, despite being old, despite being in the middle of a jungle for some reason, it's an academy. You've like you went to school. You are a wizard. So, like, no two academies are the same, but the same basic thought structure to like getting around is more or less transferable. Like stairs
Yeah.
at the corners, uh, long corridors for the like classrooms, stuff like that. And yeah, you're very quickly able to find your way down. Uh, you are on the third floor. Uh, I'm gonna jinx it. This is my role, not as a. Yeah, that you were
Cursed.
not doing too hot. God, I don't think you rolled above it. I think you only rolled above a 10 like twice. Comical.
Yes.
God, that was
On an attack. I miss every single thing else.
jeez. And you had advantage on a few too. I think.
I did. But it ended up
Oh
being
man.
matter.
Ricky, and you say you're cursed.
I have the wizard's curse, and what he experienced is nothing compared to what poor Cedric went through.
Anyway, but yeah, you are able to like easily find a staircase. Uh, you are able to get down, though there is a portion of the stairs where you do have to like it is overgrown by roots and vines and things like that. So you do have to one by one, as medium creatures, squeeze through the gap.
No.
Don't know if you guys want to do anything about that, or if like
I'm,
maybe try and make it larger, or just go through.
I'm looking through my options as we speak.
I have an option, but what do I have to put? Level 2, fifth level. Fifth level spell. I don't know why it's at level 2.
Ooh.
Hmm.
That's a lot.
What's making the corridor so small again?
It's like
Just the overgrowth.
I mean, we could just hack away at it.
we could.
You could.
Good,
It is a
but
thing you could
I
do.
don't know how far it goes.
Yeah, it.
You are able to get
Okay.
through. You would just have to go one by one and squeeze through.
Yeah. So, how about I have Zappa scout before we go through?
Yeah, I will. I'll
Sure.
have my family here also help.
Very good.
Let-
Hey,
Um, sounds of insect wings. Whatever that sounds like.
Mine will go with just like in your guys' shadows.
Little four-legged robot skitters about.
I will say that like there is no light in this building other than what you have created. So
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Dark. Zapper's got dark vision.
eh,
I have dark vision.
My shadow assumedly has dark vision.
I assume your shadow has
Does it have the vision?
specifically darkness vision, which is it can only
Yeah,
see
dark-
in darkness. I would assume.
let's
Dark
see.
vision.
So, let's see. Yeah, here I'm gonna make a little diagram.
Zapper's gonna do a little stealth. Shikity-kitty-kitty-kitty. Oh, it's raw. I love how we have this splash screen, and we're just like, and now we draw little diagrams on it.
Yeah.
And yeah, you guys are like at the corner of the building. Like right this corner right here. And you would be stuck about here. About halfway down the stairs from the third floor to the second floor. Where it needs to be squeezed through. And I'm guessing that you send Zapper and the Grasshopper and the Shadow. Do they have names?
Nope.
Your shadow?
Mine doesn't.
Does the Grasshopper have a name?
I call him Hopper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's Zapper, Hopper, and the Shadow.
You know, I actually
You
killed
don't let him down.
Hopper because Zapper isn't a name; it's the type of model. That's what this model of construct is called.
That's fair payday.
Listen,
Okay, apparently I'm not.
Listen, if people can still name their animals and pets and machines just the exact thing what it is, Zapper can still be named Zapper.
Yeah.
I saw a guy who named his cat Hat, but
Well,
with a K.
See?
yeah, my point is like using Zapper as a name be the same as naming your Labrador Retriever Labrador.
Okay.
No, you know what you
it's
do?
Zapper.
You have a
Zapher. There you go. Zapper.
No, you know what you do? You get a cat and a
Congrats.
dog. You name the cat Dog, short for Douglas, and the dog Cat, named short for Katrina.
Of course.
That is a story about someone told me about a girl they met in Russia, or
Yeah.
a girl they met in college who was Russian.
Yeah, I heard it.
My pets are cat and dog, and then she like points at the cat. Just that is dog, and she points at the cat. That is cat. I was about to ask her if she meant the other way around, when she smiled at me and said, "It is short for Caitlin and Douglas," and that is when I
Oh, it was
knew
Caitlin.
and that is when I knew I had to marry this woman.
Yeah, yeah,
You
I've seen
never
that.
did. Well, a person in the story may have, but anyway,
But yes, a 15. I believe the shadow has advantage on stealth in darkness.
No, it just gets a +6 instead of
Okay.
its normal +2.
So that is a 20.
No, I have I made a separate thing that is like specifically stealth for when it's in darkness.
Okay.
Oh, so it's just normal right now.
Yeah. Mm. Mm. Oh,
So yeah,
God.
16.
Lovely. Okay, so 15, 16, and a 9.
Literally rolled a 3.
9.
Not
I was having sex with my German girlfriend, and for some reason she kept yelling her age.
Damn, son.
That's a joke that gets worse the more you think about it.
I mean, he must have been a YouTuber.
Anyway. So yes, you guys will head towards your familiars will head towards the bottom, with you looking through their eyes, I'm assuming.
Got my little
You'll,
slate out.
yeah, you'll travel to the second floor, no
Sorry, playing
issues.
Temple Run.
Travel to the first floor, no issues. Although, what is everyone's passive perception?
Ah,
Oh,
20
no.
something.
As
Let's
mm,
19.
since I'm working, if I'm working through my familiar, 17.
Yeah, yeah. Sinse you're looking through your familiar, it is your passive perception.
So yeah, 17.
So 17, 19, and 20. Yeah, you'll all
Nice.
immediately notice. Uh, this bottom floor, not a lot of stuff on it. Like the other floors have like dust and plant growth and all that sort of thing. Not a whole lot on this first floor. It's particularly clean.
Zapper's gonna like.
There's no plants. There's very little dust. Rubble's still there for some reason, but yeah, it's just clear hallways.
Zapper's just gonna pan around. And like, okay, so it's all perfectly clean, you said?
Not perfectly. Like there is like rubble on the ground, but no dust and no plants.
Yeah. Any choke points roughly 10 to 20 feet in width.
The entire hallway.
Just gonna send a little zap down the hall. Little arc of lightning.
That one.
Oh no. It just immediately hits the ground. It was somehow
Yeah,
limp.
you send a zap. You send a zap through the down the hallway, and let's see. What is the range of dark vision on Zapper?
60 feet. And the zap is 30 feet, so it's not gonna miss anything if
okay.
it hits anything at all.
Okay. Yeah, with as you send a zap down the hallway, not a whole lot happens. Just kind of pew dissipates down the hallway.
Just gonna skitter forward along the wall about 25 feet. Do another zap.
Okay. Go ahead and roll another attack roll.
Oh, yes.
Jesus Christ.
Zapper is defective. I'm gonna have to fix that.
He's just sneezing every time he needs to zap.
How is it sneezing? It doesn't even have a nasal cavity.
That's why it's defective.
Oh,
Ah.
Stern.
You somehow made life. Uh, it's Fortune playing an FPS game and the ping is fucking her up.
I'd imagine Fortune would be terrible at video games. She'd be good at turn-based games, but she'd be terrible at, like, shooters.
But yes, as you fire down the hallway again, not a whole lot happens.
Zapper just turns to the shadow, and the grasshopper just sort of, like, bobs up and down. And then just skitters forward. Another, like, 25 feet. How long is this hallway?
It is about. Let's see. That depends. Are you going the short hallway or the long hallway?
The long hallway.
About 100
Long,
feet.
long man.
About how many feet you said?
About 100 feet. Long, long. I
Yeah. Oh, by the way, when
I love the story in that.
if I'm not,
It's so good.
yeah, just ends.
This couple keeps running across this guy with a really long taffy, and he interrupts their wedding, and you think he's gonna try and take the bride, but instead he takes the groom.
Let's see. It's interesting. Or a dragon shard. Noted. Sorry, I'm just reading on the homunculus servant on its things, because if I'm not mistaken, the homunculus servant doesn't work like a familiar. Fortune can give it orders, but she can't constantly telepathically communicate with it. So I've been trying to make it do things it would do, which is, what is Zapper's intelligence? That's a good question. I don't have the answer. 10. Okay, so yeah, it's about as smart as a grown-ass man, which is interesting.
Depends on the grown ass man.
It is as smart as your average Walmart.
Your average Joseph.
It is as smart as your average Walmart cashier. We'll say. We'll lowball it a little. So, at 90 feet, it would lose its connection with Fortune. It knows it doesn't want to do that. So, it's going to back up a bit, and then, like, look down and tap the floor twice, and then Fortune's gonna turn to the other two. Can you two familiars continue looking down the long hallway, and I'll send Zappa down the short hallway, okay?
Sebastian will nod.
Perfect. So, Zappa
Fortune
will go back.
can.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Fortune's the only one who can see, because actually, I don't know if. Oh wait, no, yeah, I forgot. Familiars, you can only see through them. You can't hear through them.
Yeah. Or no,
Yeah,
you can see.
You can hear through them.
Yeah, you can hear through them.
Oh yeah. It's both. It's not either or.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Fortunes can only see with the seer slate. There is no hearing.
Yeah,
actually, I don't think I can see or hear where I am killing a cat, so I can't reply back.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
Because they're both looking through their familiars.
Fortune's going to say that, realize they're both blank staring. I would assume Pierre is closer than Sebastian. Just grab Pierre's shoulder and shake him.
What? What? Oh. He just snaps out of it. What?
Fuck you want, lady?
What?
Could you, could your familiar continue investigating down the long hallway? I'll have Zappa investigate down the shorter one so it stays within my range. And then she'll go and...
Sure.
Yeah. And she'll go and tell Sebastian the same.
We do it?
Or wait.
and try to find Sebastian's shadow. I don't know where it is because it's a shadow
Yeah.
in a dark room.
Yeah. And she'll tell Sebastian the same thing, like shake him about. And... Sebastian, you feel something caressing your face softly, and it just pulls on your ear. It's a mage hand.
Sebastian actually. Well, okay.
You see nothing. Just an
Sebastian
invisible
would
force step back.
probably draw his sword and be like, "Where's the threat?"
Oh, I just wanted to tell you, have your familiar keep looking down the long hallway, and Zappo look down the short one.
Sheath his sword. Okay.
I forgot Fortune had
Sorry about that.
invisible mage hand. I'm sitting all the way over here, that's why I did it like that. I've already seen what happens if you surprise Avon. I'm not doing that again.
I like my organs where they are, thank you very much.
Exactly.
Surprises Sebastian. Sebastian fucking guts her. Oh.
Fortune surprises Sebastian, and Sebastian guts Sebastian guts Awen.
Oh no.
Oh.
Why did you kill her? Because she was closer.
Luckily, Fortune has very good con saves and defy death, so she probably just wouldn't die. Just like, oh no, I've killed her. What the fuck?
Now I want to kill her.
Anyways,
She's hold state. Fortune's very hard to kill, surprisingly. She got tanky out of nowhere. A dying warlock.
anyways, yeah. So, Sebastian and Pierre, you guys will send your familiars further down the hallway.
Yep. I don't know how far this is now from us, but yes.
Yes.
Right at
Yes.
the corner would be like the furthest you could go.
Okay, so just out of range. Okay. Man, this is 100 feet.
Yeah, the hallway is 100 feet long. The building is 100 feet by 75 feet.
Hmm.
And yeah, roll a perception check, please.
Now let us do this. Oh yeah, I forgot. Should I go my perception or my?
If you are looking through your familiar's eyes, you are rolling your perception.
Okay, then my previous perception roll would have been mine, which is a 7, which is now. I crit you. Hello? 26. 26.
Sounds good. uh, why did Vegeta never resurrect Nappa?
Well, before his alignment shift, Nappa was a failure of a Saiyan who didn't deserve to live, and after, Nappa liked murdering people too much, probably a bad idea. Keep in mind, that city he leveled had millions living in it.
I mean, Vegeta blew up planets.
Exactly. But Vegeta's looking out for Vegeta, not Nappa.
Nah. Either way. Let's see.
Nappa was
Why
the
why did Trunks and Goten not have tails?
They did. It's canon that they had them surgically removed shortly after birth because they didn't want to risk the Great Ape thing.
Even at what Great Ape thing? Vicla blew up the moon.
The moon came back during one of the wishes.
Ah, did it? Huh.
Yeah.
Anywho, uh, yeah, with a 19 and a 26 in perception. Uh, the two of you are like look around the corner, and you see the exit, but it looks a little weird. It looks a little wobbly, as if you're looking through something.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, Hop. He is familiar. Hopper will like started at first finding the exit, gets a little confused seeing that it looks weird, and then try to um point Zappa to it.
Zapper is looking at the other hallway. It is Hopper and the Shadow.
Sorry, here. Let me say. Let's split up, gang. Also, Kami restored the moon. They didn't wish the moon back, so Kami used his creation abilities to do it.
Anyway,
But still, yeah, we were looking for the exit, so when we found it, so just gonna try get Zappa's attention to it. Just tell it.
so it goes all the way back down the hallway to Zapper.
Yeah, so he will go to what like I don't really know how to pantomime as a grasshopper,
Hmm.
but like Lex just go down to hopefully
I
the
mean,
shadow understands what me say.
you could just talk to Fortune if you want.
Yeah, okay,
Playing on
that
her
probably
iPad.
works.
Or just playing on her iPad.
Huh.
He's so yeah, still being blinded. Just gonna say,
And
everyone, we found the exit. It looked weird. Fortune, if you're hearing this, I'm gonna go grab Zappa. Just, just flies. He doesn't know if they replied or even hears them because he's still blinded and deafened.
I'm sorry, you cut out a little bit. What is it you want Fortune to do? You said you guys found a warbly exit, and then what was the second thing?
I'm gonna go find Zapper.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you Fortune's just gonna shake your shoulder again.
Hmm? What?
You don't need to go find Zappa. We know where Zappa is. Just do you want to let Zappa finish exploring back here, or do you want me to go back and meet you two in case something's wrong?
Just when we look for the exit.
We were just sort of investigating the building, seeing if we can find the box or any documentation that would say where the box is. So I guess we're looking for any sort of records or service desk or something like that. Offices. Although I'm not sure if any reading material would still be intact.
Oh, okay. Just goes back.
Basically, we're investigating this just to see, like, is this place infested with monsters, and if not, like, is there any documentation we can read to find out where the freaking box is? Are there any maps of the compound or anything like that? That's what we're looking for. I still like calling people a lump. Because you aren't in that game, you lump.
Huh.
Okay. Then. So yes. What? All right. Uh, it,
Zapper is continuing the exploration down the shorter hallway because the way Zapper works is I give it an order, it does that order, it follows my orders. I can't like control it. So Zapper
sounds good.
does its orders to the best of Zapper's abilities.
And yeah, Zapper, does not. Zapper will actually find a closet in the hallway.
Oh, what's in here? Oh, two skeletons making out.
It is a kind of strange closet, as it is exactly 10 feet by 10 feet by 10 feet.
That is very big closet. Fires lightning into the closet.
Yeah. As she fires lightning, or as Zapper fires lightning into the closet, mm, just it lights up a little bit, but other than that, not much happens.
Hmm. Anything else special about the inside of the closet, or is it just a completely blank, empty 10-foot by 10-foot cube?
It is a completely blank 10 foot by 10 foot cube. Though Fortune would note, uh, the walls almost supernaturally smooth.
Hmm.
Like the floors, the walls, the ceiling in that little closet, like unnaturally smooth. Like
Suspicious.
no craftsman could ever get like a smoothness of that of like that high quality.
Hmm. That's interesting. Well, I know a way somebody could, but uh, you know what? Does Fortune know anything that could create such a smooth cube of matter that has been. Yes.
Uh, roll a stonemason's tools with intelligence.
You got it. This is going to say Smith's tools. Don't believe it. 31.
Uh, 31.
Fortune could
Well,
probably make this happen. It would be hard.
uh, there's like there are a few things. The fabricate spell, like certain extremely specialized tools, but the simplest and easiest, friction. Just something like you've seen it before. There is like a copper statue in the dwarven capital of Trunog, where its toes are rubbed smooth because there is a superstition that rubbing the toes of the statue gives you good luck.
Yeah. So the toes are oiled and smooth from the many calloused dwarven hands.
Yep. Something like yeah, the your best guess is like the simplest solution would be something just rubbing against the walls and ceiling over and over and over and over again.
Hmm. It may be best if we advance deeper in. There appears to be nothing directly on the other side of this collection of roots, but there are some things that require better investigation. Also, access to the exit might be nice. Assuming the warble they were seeing is not a gelatinous cube. Even, Sebastian?
Both of them still can't hear.
No, I said Awen and Sebastian, but Payda's got spotty internet.
Fine.
And Astro,
Alright.
I don't know what happened with Astro.
Astro's asleep.
Wake the fuck up.
I'm not asleep.
You lie. You fucking lie.
I was not.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Fortune was saying, should we get downstairs? There's nothing immediately hostile
No.
at the base.
It's safe for us to cross
Yeah.
the choke point, basically, and there's some things to investigate deeper in. And we need to go to that exit anyway.
She'd still hold her sword at her side, but then, yeah, she'd agree. If you think that it's safe enough to go down.
Yeah.
AKA, yeah, but don't expect me not to hold my sword, just in case.
Okay. Fortune
What?
is holding her gun.
Just-
Okay.
What? Just, a little jumpy.
Yes, we are in a dangerous place. Fortune's like giving you a bit of a look as again she's holding her gun as well. Like
Well,
It's-
no.
it's-
She's like half distracted thinking of something. So when you say that, it's like, oh, yeah.
okay.
What?
Very good, David. Let's go.
Don't worry about it, kid.
Yeah.
Poor Awen.
Okay. So,
Gotta
as you guys
wrangle the blind and deaf people.
Are they still blind and deafened?
For now, shaken out
No.
of it, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you guys are, let out of your blindness, and you will travel to the bottom floor.
Just uses telekinetic
Wait.
push to pull the two of you closer together and starts playing Careless Whisper.
Oh. Be right back.
And yeah, as you get to the bottom floor, you guys would notice once again, floor is very smooth, like almost polished.
Okay, everyone, this is the most gelatinous cube in the area shit I have ever seen, so be ready. Make sure you watch the ceilings very closely, and do not take a step without jabbing at it first with something long.
Huh.
I forget, was it Awen in the in Bear Hood?
I think so. Or, no.
Oh no, it was the Playboy. I remember that now.
Yeah, Beldroth.
Beldrop, yeah.
Beldroth.
Yes. Who's
I hope he
having-
has a splinter.
He got Splinter.
fucking get Splinter in his dick?
Fucking coffee piece of driftwood.
That's probably one of the funniest bits I've ever seen of Rick and Morty. It's a curvy piece of driftwood. This place sucks.
Trying to see if I have any rope. You know what?
Ingrid has rope. She has that the animated rope.
Ooh, that'll do. Evelyn, could you have your animated rope snake ahead of us as we walk?
Yeah. The rope of climbing.
Yeah. Does it work like that? Or do you have which rope do you have? Is it the rope of climbing or is it the rare item,
It's
the
the-
rope of entanglement?
No, it's the rope of climbing.
Oh, okay.
Which, remember earlier she had offered to have that like sticking out ahead of us holding the lantern so the light would be ahead of us. So, same concept, but pointed at the floor instead. Oh my
all right.
god. It's like the blind man's cane, how they have the cane out in front of them going back and forth.
So yeah, let me ask. Are you the exit is uh the exit is like right here. You guys are in this corner right here. So which direction are you going? Are you going the short direction, like directly there?
I want to investigate the shorter
Or
hall.
are you heading the long way around?
I was hoping we could investigate the shorter hallway first. There's a smooth room. The best way to put it.
But we have a ticket for the long way round.
We can do both.
Going with the prettiest of hills. Anyway.
But yeah, the short direction does make sense.
All right.
Well, we want to be quick, I guess. Just be careful. Just be careful.
I wanted to just
T-
investigate something I saw.
Yeah. Do you want to use my rope?
Well, I was hoping you would take point with your roll.
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you.
Definitely. So she'll take point and use the rope almost like a blind man's cane.
Yeah.
Like, swishing it over the areas before we go.
Yeah, with the way the rope works,
Sounds good.
you can literally just like tie it to your wrist or something and tell it to just snake ahead.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like,
Yeah. It's a better item than I
Exactly.
thought it would be.
Yeah, the fact that it can go horizontal and not just vertical.
Well, not just that,
Magical
it's
flame, yes it does.
the wording.
God,
Yeah, shit.
God damn, like 3 of the items I fucking thought would be useful have been nothing but useful. The 2 immovable rods and the rope.
Well, an immovable rod is a classically, like, incredibly useful and versatile D&D item, and rope is the most useful piece of adventuring equipment.
Except I gave Flush my bag of the furball thing, so that wouldn't be useful at some point.
The bag of tricks.
That's
yeah.
his item now.
I had bag of tricks.
Bag of
Alright.
tricks, thank you.
What if I just reached into the bag of tricks, pulled out a furball, and started eating it like a hand fruit?
Don't know.
Everyone else looks around horrified.
That's a
You would
Wretch.
just get hair between your teeth.
I'm gonna do that with Wretch one day. He's gonna bag of tricks, be like, ah, sweet snacks.
I think it's just a ball of fur until you actively throw it.
I like to imagine it has meat in the center. Like it's just a ball of flesh with the fur coming out of it.
Ball with the fur, with the fur. The
Oh,
whole
God.
damn club looking at Wretch.
He hit the floor, next thing you know, Shorty got low.
Shorty got blood on his face.
Yeah. I mean, his name is like a common play on his actual name, which translates to Blood Dancer, so yeah.
But yes. So, as you travel down the short hallway, there are a few doors, but yeah, you see that there is exactly what Fortune said. What looks like a closet, 10 foot by 10 foot by 10 foot. Fortune, now that you look, now that you're a bit closer, you are able to see that it is a little bit further into the wall. So it's about like instead of like 10 foot from the hallway, it's like 11 foot in.
Yeah.
But you would notice like the 1 foot that should like that little extra 1 foot seems to be a sliding stone door. So yeah, if the door would be shut, then it would be a perfectly like 10 foot by 10 foot by 10 foot.
Right. Evan, could you try sending the rope into this room?
Yeah, sure, I can do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of downsides to using Zapper. It's not as expendable as a familiar, and so I didn't want to send it in.
Yeah,
But
no.
yeah, anyone, as
Yeah,
you
sure.
do this,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you send your rope in there. By the way, Awen, do you have any kind of light?
Fortune's got her lantern going.
I do actually. I mentioned earlier that I had the Everbright lantern.
Okay. Sounds good.
I have dark vision.
You see crusty black
Alright,
and
I'm
white
back.
room.
But yeah. Awen, as you like send the rope into the room, yeah, not a whole lot happens.
I'm not getting anything.
If you want, I could light the tip on fire.
Oh, I'm sorry. By the way, clarifying this before anything happens, the other end of the rope is tied to her wrist. By the way,
So if something
Left
grabs
or
the
right?
rope.
yeah, to her left wrist, cause she's right-handed. So if she really needed to, she could cut off the rope if, something's trying to pull her away.
Sounds good.
I thought that went through. I could be clever.
Yes. So we
Or
now know
not clever. I could have sense.
which arm she's gonna lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, Astro.
Huh.
The mirror ate my arm, guys.
Wait, hold on. Sebastian's also missing an arm.
Fuck you for that, man. Still fuck you for that. That is one of
Look,
my
man, okay.
gripes, man.
I knew it was a trap. I had to see what happens.
Exactly.
I had the brain cell. I was
I had
using
to-
the brain cell.
I had to do it.
Astro, it was Payday's turn with the brain cell.
I had to do it.
Yeah, that's
It's
why
my-
Astro wasn't using a brain cell.
It was my shiny achievement with Beldroth, making him look smart, like he was supposed to be.
Such a big
Anyways,
brain,
continue.
constantly distracted by a big dick.
Anyway,
And Orion
You
had the
play a
little voice in
character
his
that's
head being
supposed
like,
to be
do it,
smarter
do it,
than you
do it,
are.
do it, 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 do it.
Anyways, go on.
yeah, not a whole lot in this little closet thing.
Yeah, I'm not getting any feedback from this.
Well, okay then.
Hmm.
Wish me luck,
I
everyone.
could. Okay.
Go ahead, as you were saying.
Okay. I could light the tip of the rope on fire. Since it's a magical rope, it probably won't burn.
Well,
If it does, I do have control for him to keep it under control.
wouldn't the flame just go out without being able to use the rope as fuel?
Oh no, I have prestidigitation and control for him to keep it alight.
What?
How
Wait,
does
what are we setting
what?
that rope on fire for? Wait,
Also-
what?
No, I
Also,
don't.
How does prestidigitation make the rope? What? Okay.
Do you just want? Do you,
You
just want
can
me to-
start a fire using prestidigitation.
Yeah, but I'm saying like the rope won't catch fire. like, fire requires the combustion of a fuel material, unless you're saying you're going to use control fire to turn the sparks from prestidigitation into a flame and try to keep fueling it with the spell, which maybe that works,
Y-
depending on the wording of control fire.
you, if you want fire, I could just have my rope hold a torch. I have torches.
It's mainly to, I guess, make it a bit more of a bait, considering I don't really know if there is anything here.
That's why just we could just use my torches. I have 10.
No, if
Don't
you
ask
like to.
why.
Okay, guys, we reach into the bag of live turtles and we throw on it.
I
The
still
bag of
want to make.
sandwiches.
I still want to have that bag of like those little animated yarn ball things that made that one campaign.
Oh, yeah.
Just casually throwing them into the fire.
Yeah. Oh,
Have you ever seen those videos where it's like the guy is an infinite chinchilla generator?
no, but I
No.
could see how that would be useful for finding glyphs of warding and such.
Yeah, there's a series of videos about with a guy who's like, "Hey, can I borrow your car?" No, I really need this car. I really need to use my car. I can't let you borrow it. All right, well, and he just reaches into like the pocket of his hoodie and he pulls out a freaking chinchilla. He's like, "Here, hold this chinchilla," and then he just grabs the keys and leaves. And
Damn.
then and then like the next video is the person like, "Hey, hold like at his door." Holding the chinchilla, and they're like, "Hey, can I have my car back? I really need it to get to work, man. They make I can't. You can have this chinchilla back." And then he just reaches into his coat pocket and pulls out another chinchilla, and he's like, "Look, I need the car, but here you can have another chinchilla." Then slams the door,
But at this point, he
and it just
drops the
keeps go-
chinchillas on the ground and calls the police.
and it just keeps going.
And he
And
hands
it's
the
just
officer a
funny.
chinchilla.
And tells him to leave.
Here you are, officer. Have a nice
Uh,
day. Closes the door.
Chinchillas are cute.
They die so easy.
Yeah, they're predestined. They are so cute that nature's like they must die. The fact that they're like mogwai and you can't get them wet.
Yeah.
Fucking parakeets are easy to kill. Sorry, continue.
But,
A chinchilla's fur is so thick that it strangles pests.
suffocates them, yes. But, feels like suede. I guess I'll... Oh, I do not want to go in there. Okay,
Again, I can just light a torch on fire and have my rope hold the torch.
we can, yes. We have light into the room. The problem is it
Well, I don't know why he
pressure?
mentioned fire.
I don't know.
That's what I was getting confused. It's like her and her whispering together. Why did he mention fire?
But
then?
such a
It's
dead,
like
quiet
room.
room. Everyone can hear us perfectly.
Exactly, that's the point. We're trying to be nice whispering, but it's too quiet. Why did he
It's
mention
humid,
fire
it's
then?
hot, it smells like death.
Why did he mention fire then?
Okay, how about this?
He just stands there blinking.
One eye at a
Hmm.
time.
He's not that
Thumper.
Alright, how
I
about
mean,
this?
technically, yes, one eye because I don't know if I still have that eye patch thing. I don't know if my eye's healed yet. Healed.
That was the box trots thing, the one eye at a time.
That was Thumper. That was funny with Thumper.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Thumper.
Thumper. I
Thumper.
miss like early Thumper when he had the game show announcer voice.
Yeah.
But
Right at the end when he got the voice box was. Anyways.
okay. So,
Yeah. Why was he talking about fire?
I don't know, but okay, somebody step into the room, and if something goes wrong, I'll yank you out.
Should that be me then? Should I have the rope on attached to you so you can yank me?
Okay, so wrap the rope around like your chest or waist. Sebastian, you hold the rope. I'll yank her back with telekinesis. You go ahead and pull as well. And if anything goes wrong, if you hear a sound, if the door starts to close,
Oh, wait. Are you worried about the...
Right.
Don't worry about the door closing.
It-
Just putting one of the immovable rods. Click. There.
William, about how heavy would
Yeah.
a stone slab as thick and large as the doorway, possibly a little longer
Let's
than
see.
How much would that weigh? Roughly. With my knowledge of
Okay,
masonry.
Or, long story short, you could just justify whether or not that would work.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if you'll need one, two, or if neither will be enough.
How much what does it hold?
1,000 each, isn't it, payday?
I think it's like I think it's 8,000 pounds each.
I thought it was 500.
I know the immovable object spell can get really high like that. Oh, damn. Yeah, 8,000 pounds each. Holy shit.
Damn.
Fortune. Let's see. It is. Let's see. 1 cubic foot of granite weighs about 165 pounds. 165 times 100, 16,500. Even if she put both of them on there, it wouldn't. It wouldn't work.
Shit.
Okay.
Jeez.
That sucks. Oh well.
Just a little bit over.
Fortune's like looking up at like the stone slab. She's like, moving the finger around as if doing some math. I don't think if you've used both rods it would be enough, sadly.
Damn. I should have bought them. No, they only had 2 for sale. This is
Use
gonna make the joke.
thaumaturgy to slam the door open and shut over and over again.
That's a great question. Does it count as locked, and does it count as a door? Can you slam it open with a cantrip?
It does.
That's so fucked. That is so fucked. Wait a second.
I did that. I did that in Tomb of Annihilation. I just used the cantrip. I just used thaumaturgy to open and close a fucking like 5,000-pound metal door,
It
open
is
and shut over and over again.
so painfully obvious that these fucking cantrips were just shat out at high speed with no thought, because prestidigitation has a bunch of shit wordings like that too. Because like, you know it's an object, a non-magical object that fits in the palm of your hand? A fucking hand grenade. Any material component, almost. Okay, I would like you to ready action to cast.
The effects of prestidigitation does not give a limit to what warming means.
Yes, I would assume though it stays within the term warm, as in it cannot exceed hot. Though there's
Well,
a bit of an argument
warm
on
to
that.
who?
True.
I mean, Fortune and Awen would probably have two very different definitions of the word warm.
It's enough
And
of warm.
Fortune
Everyone else is burning.
and Fortune and a Chain Devil would probably have very different definitions of the word warm.
True. I would assume it would be by humanoid, like normal humanoid perception.
By the definition of person casting it.
I would assume it would be like as comparable to a human or elf, but yeah. Because
anyways,
yeah, a lot of the wordings are very human centric. Yeah. The You know what? Let's see if Fortune thinks of that actually. She's never really thought about her legacy of disabilities beyond the mind reading. She didn't think of that. Okay, Evan, and we'll report you back if something goes wrong.
By the way, the door sinks into the floor, so
Oh, it moves up? I thought it moves down. Okay.
no, it moves down.
Okay, yeah, so it is like up in the roof and it'll drop, right?
No, it goes down into the floor.
Okay, so it'll raise if it closes?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's good for us.
Uh, instead of the door going up, the building goes down.
Actually, wait. If the door goes up, then the immovable rod should be more than enough because it's not having to counteract its weight, it's having to counteract the pull
Oh yeah.
with just the upward momentum. Though I guess,
Which would be equal to the weight of the door.
yeah, but it wouldn't be instant, it would be a torque-based thing, so there would be some resistance before it gave out, like the tension would have to build.
Well, also
Either
yeah.
way.
So okay, it's a stone door. Even if it was sideways, it's a stone door. Unless it was completely down, even so, there would be some friction. If it's sideways, there would be a lot of friction between it and the floor, which would reduce a
It's
couple
like
100 pounds of force.
it's like 500 pounds over. It's not gonna. It would be less than a couple hundred. But moving on, because I'm pretty sure the slot is carved for the slab, and it's not like just.
Anyways, so yes,
yeah.
you're going to send Awen into the thing.
Yeah, and I'm gonna ready action telekinetic push.
Yes, the Chinchilla Man.
I
You found it, Faye.
I had to open up a new tab to test my internet, and it was just Facebook, and all of a sudden I just see, why is there a man holding a bunch of chinchillas? It just says my new Pokemon, and he's got like 5 chinchillas in his arm.
Oh man.
And I'm
nearly a
like,
full
why the
party.
fuck did this pop up in this exact
Oh, it's
moment after what
listening to you.
just mentioned? Yeah.
It's
Well,
it's
we
listening.
actually have a fair bit of proof into that, and I really need a bunch of people who are complaining about other less important shit to shut the fuck up about that and get more onto the corporations are allowed to just fucking listen to us and target advertising accordingly when we never gave them actual permission to. They just legally hid that shit. And moving on.
Yes.
We need all these like terms of use and EUA, like all this shit where it's like, here's a mile-long document, fucking read it and agree if you want to do this tiny thing. We need to treat that shit like liability waivers because it's getting ridiculous.
Anyways. Oh, by the way, did you hear that the Supreme Court is getting rid of non-compete clauses?
Thank fucking God. That is some of the most un-American shit we've ever let happen in this country.
What's that?
If you get a job at, like, let's say a nail salon, they often make you sign a non-compete agreement, which means you are not allowed to, after you've learned how to do nail saloning, quit that job and go start your own nail salon.
At least not within a certain either time frame or a certain distance of the shop.
Yeah, and that's
Jeez.
just...
You know what? You know what that's gonna do, Freaky?
What?
The game industry is going to improve like that. Like the fact that you can just leave whenever the fuck you want and go work somewhere else.
Yeah. Possibly,
Like-
or they'll find a new way to screw us over, I'm sure, but... Awen going in?
Yes.
She going in.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
have
you
never
head
heard
in.
of that law before.
It's not a law. It's just a contract you sign when you get hired by places.
So basically, we have federal laws and rights, but our legal system is becoming such a shithole that state laws, ordinances, and like corporate policies and agreements, which are at this point so huge and all encompassing from near monopolies being everywhere that they may as well be laws, are just stomping all over it. Because, like, yes, you have right to free speech, but technically, if you want to keep your job or work under like this corporation's umbrella, which is like 90 different companies that you're forced to interact with all day, every day as a customer or as an employee, you had better do what they fucking say regardless of your rights, because it's their quote unquote corporate policy.
Anyways.
Yeah, there is no non-computer on where I live, so that's why I've never heard of it.
Anyways. Yeah, so. Awen, you head into the little room. The floor's a little slippery, just because, like, how smooth the damn thing is, but other than that, yeah, there's nothing in there.
Ocarina of
It's just
Time, Link
a,
walking on ice.
it's just a big empty room. Well, not a big empty room, big empty closet.
Anything, Eowyn? Weird feelings? Voices? Spotty
No.
Awen, what is your passive perception?
Yes.
Anything on the roof?
16.
Awen, there's a mild citrus smell in here.
Nothing. Unless you count lemon or orange. So, something like that. That's about it. Someone clean in here?
Chemistry knowledge. Anything heavily corrosive that may have a citrusy smell that...
Pretty sure we've already gone through this. Pretty sure it is a black ooze because we've found one. It's the same description.
I think there's
Citrus
someone in the
smell?
corner. And she's got a yellow can.
Citrus.
Yes, but so, question. As the alchemist chemist here, can I do the thing? Will I do the thing?
Yeah.
I don't know what role you want me to do, so I'm just gonna be vague.
Roll in alchemy tools with intelligence.
Well, I always make things other.
Oh no. Let me more lemon pledge. Oh no.
Aha.
I do like some lemon pledge.
Yeah. Yeah, there is like a such a thing as citric acid, usually found in citrus fruits like lemons and limes and oranges. It's usually not that strong, but the smell does. The actual acid itself is not really that strong, but the scent does tend to linger, but yes.
Well, there is citric acid, which is not that uncommon. A lot of cleaning products have them.
Let's
Do you
see.
know where it's coming from?
Hang on.
A lot of cleaning products have them. Well, come on out for now, Evan, because no pressure plates or anything. Tempting. Although Damien's not here.
See what happens when you roll well.
I do it.
Damien wants to lick the floor. Alright. So yeah, you guys.
My teeth are dissolving.
There is nothing. Unfortunately, there's unfortunately nothing in this little doorway.
There's nothing unfortunate about this. Very fortune-like.
Is that unfortunate?
And anything I wouldn't do would be very unfortunate. It's,
Okay.
don't,
Well,
don't do anything I wouldn't do.
um,
That would be very unfortunate.
I can't tell if that's serious or not.
No.
No, it's fortunate.
Okay.
No, serious is my bad.
Oh, Sebastian's like, oh.
That's some who's on first shit.
I get it.
Is that serious or not? No, serious is my bad.
Just off
Face
in the
bombs.
distance. Just off in the distance. I get it.
Oh, I get it.
It actually took me a hot second to get that, to understand the joke.
Yeah.
But yes. So yeah, there's nothing in the room. Which way do you want to go? Still further south and down the hallway you haven't yet explored, or
Okay, so I'm thinking this might be, I don't know, where a gelatinous cube is stored. This is a school. I'm seeing signs of one. I know that the mages
We-
keep them for cleanliness.
We are technically in a whose territory. It won't be weird to see one.
Yes,
Maybe one made its home here. This place has been abandoned.
well, I'm thinking this is a janitorial closet.
Maybe.
So
Hmm.
just be on your guard and let's move forward and see if we find anything.
So, are there like compounds or things I can like make quickly here that can either give us a trace on where a giant cube might be, or like the trapped one?
So, what are you wanting to do?
either
make
attract
some.
or find the cube.
Yeah, I see if there's one that's gone through here, or make something that can rule it here.
Ah,
Hmm. If
I
you
don't
wanted
know how.
to,
Like,
if you
I don't know how.
wanted to see if you could find if one's been through here, something that would react with an acid, no matter how weak, would probably be the way to go. If you wanted something that can track one, you would know that cubes are transparent unless they have eaten recently. So perhaps something bright and colorful that can be easily tracked.
That's why I want to light the rope on fire, but I guess not.
why would lighting the rope on fire do that?
I don't have anything else that could make that. I don't have the fairy light spell. I forgot the name. Whatever.
Fairy fire.
I'll guess I'll make
But wouldn't the
not
fire?
fairy. I don't have.
So okay, I think you're underestimating the viscosity of a gelatinous cube. If we have the rope snaking out of us, we don't need the rope on fire to see if it's entered the cube. Like, we will see the resistance. It will be very
I
obvious.
meant make.
But
I'm not.
yes.
Okay. I was gonna make it more tempting for the cube, but never mind. Okay, I guess I'm gonna make the thing to see if there's one that's come through here. Like find a trace.
All right, roll a alchemy tools check with. Do you have supplies to do that, or?
Yeah, I haven't used my supplies as of yet, so I do have.
Okay, roll a quick intelligence check.
So yeah, the way you could do this is
Now I'm gonna inspiration.
Okay.
The thing is,
Intelligence check.
Yes.
I was gonna say, probably don't even need to expend materials to see if there's been an acid-based chemical reaction here. You could just look for remains of it, like some
I quick
oxides or
advantage, but it
sulfides.
didn't.
Let's see.
20.
Yeah. With a 20, you are able to. Let's see. Sorry, give me a second. You are able to whip together a bit of like you're able to stain a bit of cloth to which would change color. You basically make
A pH
a
testing kit.
yes. I'm trying to think of like the word for it. Like there's an L. It's an L word, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Something strips.
I don't know. We usually just call them pH strips. Or test
Let's
strips.
see. But yes, you're able to basically make indicator strips that would change color based on the how acidic something is.
Sweet.
Yeah. You probably already have them, to be fair. It's like a basic.
Anyways, but yes. What do you want to do with them? Gamut? I think Comic Bill's internet's out again.
Ah, shit.
Uh,
Yeah, what I was getting at is like.
No,
there-
sorry. I was doing
Ah.
something. Sorry. Okay. What I want to do with it? Well, what did you say I made again? A cloth or just a strip?
Yeah, basically you made a cloth that changes color depending on how acidic something in contact with it is.
Okay. Okay. I don't have anything as a base. If we do, I need to go all the way back. It's a bit annoying. Uh, huh. Is the lock weirdly smooth? The lock, the door, sliding door that's made of lock.
I mean it's in the floor, so you can't really see it at the moment.
Huh. Okay. What color is the cloth right now?
The cloth is white right now.
Let me just pull up what the strip color means.
I posted it
Let's
in
see.
Archon chat just now.
Okay. Alright, so I guess white means there's nothing on it now.
Yes. You have not applied the cloth to anything at the moment.
Alright, first things first. Gonna rub one side on it on Zappa.
Yeah. Zapper is made of a non-reactive metal, so
Well,
not
it's
a whole
steel.
lot happens.
Steel, it's somewhat
Okay.
reactive, but not in any way that make a pH strip go off.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
so yeah.
just to see if it works as a base, and then I'm gonna put it to the other side and wipe the floor.
In the hallway or in the
I'm,
closet
cu-
itself.
I'm currently out in the hallway, so I'm gonna test it there first.
Okay. On the floor, you test it. It reacts with the equivalent of a 5, but it's very weak. Uh, well, there's very little traces of it. It's not weak. So like it turns the bright orange, but that bright orange is kind of faint on the white. Like you would just like when you rub a cloth against a dry erase board or something. Like there's the color. The colors are there. There's just not much of it.
Something here, though not to the extent I imagined. Let's try the closets.
With the closet, it marks as a 2. It's like
Question.
a almost
Is
pinkish
higher better
red.
or lower? Alright, so
Uh,
lower is
closer
more
to
acidic.
yes, lower is more acidic.
Oh, yes, it is absolutely acidic. Oh my.
At 2, it's very acidic. Holy shit. That's dangerous.
Okay.
How are anyone's boots?
Again, like I said, there is this is just trace amounts of it, just not very little actual amounts.
Yes, there appears to be some trace of something acidic at least here. Um,
I would recommend a powdered metal like iron if you wanted to try and find the trail. You could toss the powder onto the floor, and if there's a trace amount of the acid, it should smoke or steam.
Meanwhile, she's fucking huffing this fucking smell of lemon. Man, that smells good though.
As long as you're not,
yeah,
it's not burning, you're
sure.
fine.
Do you have any solid bars of metal that can turn to dust quickly?
I do have iron oxide, which, let me check. Does Fortune know what kind of acid this would be with its citrus smell and a pH around 2? You don't have to actually name the acid, just, just if you don't want to do all that research.
Let's see. There are a few acids of that pH.
Yeah.
Like hydrochloric acid, hydrobromic acid, lactic acid, nitrous acid,
Oh,
formic acid.
lemon juice and vinegar have pH 2. So yeah, it's interesting.
See?
So yeah, that
Can I take the oxide that he has, fabricate, turn them to some sort of metal dust? Is
it's
that
all
is that
it's
how
all it's
that
already
works?
it's already powdered. This is like what she uses
Oh,
to make things like thermite and gunpowder with.
um,
Yeah.
Okay.
Luckily,
So
Fortune's
yes.
exactly the person who would just have iron oxide on her.
Huh.
Have I got any powdered rust? I do.
Alright, so yes. I'm gonna get you guys keep moving.
Yes. Fortune's just like,
Do you go back the way you came, or do you go the way you haven't explored yet?
uh, throws a pinch of the iron oxide down one side of the hall and looks for a reaction, and then the other and looks for a reaction on either side of the
Let's
door,
see.
about 8 feet apart.
Let's see. There's not much of a reaction. Whatever would have, it would appear that like whatever traces there are, it was a little bit ago.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So
wait.
it's kind of,
Oh, that's right. It would have evaporated. Guys, we don't need to use metal oxide. We fucking know this thing was here, that something was here recently? Or not evaporated, it would have reacted with the stone. Or
Ye-
we know something was here like minutes ago.
Is that how that works?
Yes.
I failed my chemistry class.
I made it to
I don't know
chemistry.
shit.
I made it to chemistry 3 honors and still study it to this day, and one day might go back to college for it, or to college for it, as a backup plan.
Anyways. So yes.
If we follow the smell
You
of citrus.
You guys start to hear something.
Meep.
No.
No, that was meep. That
Aw.
was Fortune saying meep.
You guys start to hear a humming noise.
Like somebody jovially, like humming jovially, or some sort of apparatus.
Fortune, you would have heard something like this. This is the sound a magic item makes when someone is building it incorrectly and it's about to explode.
Ah, so it is a nuclear hum.
Does anybody have resilience sphere?
Brazilians, what?
Okay, good. Fortune's
Does
going.
anybody have resilient sphere?
Yeah.
Character? Never heard of that actor.
Does Flush have resilience sphere?
I am looking right now. Where is Flush? Where are you? There you are, Flush.
A misresonance of the focal stones. The energies are about to it'd be the shell is being made improperly, and the whole thing's about to rapidly just expend all of its energy. We may or may not be getting a Staff of Power incident here in a moment.
He does not.
Okay, so in Plan B, Fortune's just going to, okay, brace yourselves! It's going to cast Aura of Life.
Alrighty then. Until the spell ends. Resistance to chronic damage. Hit point maximum can't be reduced. Non-house. When it starts its turn.
And she's also
Okay.
going to, like, try and get everybody to, like, into the closet! And, like, huddle into the smelly citrus closet.
Sounds good.
That's a good idea.
Best idea I have, mate. But at first, she just says that, and if everyone listens, there'll just be some quiet waiting in the closet.
So,
For one.
come here often?
For one round, I assume. For 2 rounds.
It's getting louder and louder. It takes a little bit to happen. And like after a couple of minutes, it's very loud.
So
You can't. It's. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say after 2 minutes, or 2 rounds, not 2 minutes, she's going to start trying to cast Tiny Hut.
Yeah,
as a
you
ritual,
would
but
have.
it's gonna take a while. So 11 minutes.
Okay. Let's see.
I think this ends Aura of Life. Because does it take your spell concentration to ritual cast? Or
I
is it
do
you?
believe it does.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, they never designate if, when they say as if concentrating on a spell, does that mean it's the same rules or it takes up that slot? They don't fucking tell us.
I think it's safe to assume that it takes up the same slot.
I guess.
Let's see. Anything longer than a single action requires concentration until finish.
Jeez. So yeah.
Yeah, no, there's no ambiguity there.
So yeah, I mean,
Uh,
who said that? Where is this written? Was it Jeremy Crawford? Because that's not very trustworthy. Don't worry about it. So yeah, Aura of Life drops. Once she
Okay.
realized that we weren't gonna die in 2 rounds.
let's see. Let me roll something. Oh wow.
If anybody...
Yeah, fortune.
Hmm?
You would get the spell off, and everyone would be able to get just inside. Because about 30 seconds after your spell goes off, there's another pulse.
Holy shit.
And thankfully, Fortune cast that spell because I had already rolled it, and Awen, Sebastian, and one of your lizards failed it.
Well, I think the lizards failed it because they're... Did we
Yeah, they're
teleport
not
them?
in the.
Yeah, they're on the roof, aren't they? Well, our lizards might be dead, guys.
Did you?
I would bottom hit with a.
How
Did
we...
you bring them with you?
Yeah, or are they waiting at a base camp or something? Either way, they're still in range.
I'm asking you guys, are they? All right, let
Fairly
me.
sure we did bring them when I first teleported up here.
Yeah.
There.
So they're on the roof.
But I don't remember. Yeah. So we didn't bring them with us when they were coming down. Okay.
We couldn't bring them
The
in.
gecko lizards at least? Can they walk on walls?
Yeah, they can.
Okay, cool.
The lizards. Yeah, I don't think we have them here inside the compound with us, so I doubt they're in the tiny
You do
hut.
not. You couldn't get them down here anyways because
Yeah.
they were a large-sized creature, and you had to squeeze as medium creatures to get to where you are now.
Yeah.
Great. So if there's a bust, we can't help them. Cool.
As the sound is building up, Fortune's going to try and listen. Is also going to tell Zapper to listen. To see if we can figure out the direction it's coming from.
Roll a perception check.
Actually, ooh. She'll send Zapper to the roof and tell it to go and listen. As well, to like watch and listen. So... Because it occurs to me, Zapper can't get transmuted because it's a construct.
I mean, it's
Man,
a
these
creature.
fucking rolls. Huh?
I mean, it is a creature.
True. Well, let's put it this way. It's not going to die from an internal organ because it's a bunch of solid parts.
Yeah. Let me roll for Zapper. See if Zapper does get hit with it. Zapper does not get hit with it. Zapper succeeded the save.
Yay.
So yeah. What you guys do not see is one of your lizards now has a tail that is a size larger than its body should be.
Interesting. So it was drawn by Zito, by Chris Zito.
Don't know who that is, but yeah. Huh. Thankfully, you guys are managed to dodge the pulse. As for the rolls, yeah, not it came from one of the other buildings.
Wasn't able to figure out which.
Nah,
Damn.
the tree is shaking when it's happening now. So
Hmm. Okay, I wasn't able to figure out what direction the pulse was coming from. Was anybody else?
Can I tell what direction it's coming from? Is it? Or can I see if I can tell?
retroactively, sure. The DC will be a little higher, but go ahead,
Alright.
roll a perception check.
Damn. That's the second time I have a nat 20 on the second roll of a perception check.
You're able to tell that it was probably from one of the two buildings to your north. But
Alright.
other than that, no, you wouldn't really know.
Alright. Somewhere to the north.
It's better than what we had before.
All right. So, I'm guessing you guys. I don't think you could have done that whole thing in the closet, so I'm guessing you guys are at least partially in the hallway.
What, the listening?
Yeah, like the casting of the spell and like the listening and all that stuff.
Yeah, it was fortunate to have everyone huddle into the closet and then started originally for cover with Aura of Life, so it's like, because, it's a small solid room, it won't collapse if the whole building comes down as easily.
Yes.
And the Aura of Life was to buy us time to teleport out if shit goes wrong. And, the tiny hut was to save us if we had enough time.
Yeah.
Earthquake rules. But,
Yes.
okay. So, we now know it's either this one or this one. The two
Yeah.
Rexes. Given how
Yeah.
given how clearly we heard it, my money's on this one. Either that or it's in a northern area of this very building. Also an option.
Nice. So which way are you guys going?
Let's check the northern part of the building, and if that doesn't work, we'll go out the exit you all found, and we'll try the building just north of us. Okay? Is everybody okay? No groin?
Yeah, sure.
No fingernail the size of
Yep.
the back of your hand?
Meh.
I didn't feel a buzz, right?
You did not feel it because you were in the
Tiny hut.
in the tiny hut.
Oh, okay.
The good news is,
I think we're all safe.
And the good news is, we'll now know hear it coming more than long enough than we need.
Let's see.
Wizards.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to
Mm.
see what you guys would have gotten. It was Awen and Sebastian.
That's
I will-
died.
Let's see. If you had not been in that tiny hut, Sebastian's skull would have started growing.
Oh,
No.
that's incredibly bad.
And
Big boy.
Awen's kidney again.
not the brain, the skull.
Yeah, that's
Big-
incredibly
yeah.
bad. That
It's
actually
still
would
incredibly
have.
bad.
You can.
Yeah, Like, here's the thing. The skull either...
That is death.
Yeah, either the skull would breach, which would kill you, or the skull would not breach and the pressure difference would pull your brain apart and kill you. So yeah, that would have just been death.
And Awen, your
me.
stomach would have grown.
Ooh.
Well,
Not
at
only to
least
know
now,
then.
then no one you have eyes bigger than your stomach.
So Awen would have...
Oh, I'm sorry. Abdominals would have grown.
So Awen would have... So yes, either way, spilled gut. Awen would have died slowly and very painfully, and Sebastian would have just died. Like, we would literally
Yeah.
see his skull burst from the skin on his head, and he dropped dead.
God
Yep.
damn.
Yeah, basically. All right.
Well,
let's
I
keep
knew
going.
Sebastian was big-headed, but I didn't. Not that big.
That would have been
Okay.
bad.
Oh yeah, you guys are gonna go ahead and search the north side of the building. Are you gonna? Yeah, you go ahead and roll investigation checks.
All right.
The one... For fuck's sake, please roll higher than a single digit. This is ridiculous.
I mean,
To
you
the
hit
ball.
early.
Yeah, but not for the last, like, bunch of rolls, unfortunately.
Okay.
Doesn't roll.
Awen,
Yay.
do you want to roll an investigation as well, or?
I might as well try.
It's been 3
Very
rolls, so it's a double digit.
Actually, question: how long was the whole tiny hut thing?
11
It
minutes.
took it took 11 minutes to cast it.
Okay, well, doing that, I myself will start ritual casting detect magic. In the cramped space, I'm gonna try to do that.
It's not that
Sounds good.
cramped. It's a 10-foot by 10-foot cube.
In which there are 6 people.
Yeah, that's plenty of space.
Yeah.
That's like... That's... Okay, 6
How
people
big
in
was
the
the
elevator.
closet?
Yeah. Keep in mind, an elevator is like a 6 by 6.
Anyways, so yes, yeah, you're able to do that. Would probably be a few seconds after the tiny hut goes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're able to feel, which rapidly goes away, the transmutation magic just in the air.
Oh, up there it is, and there it's gone. Ah, that never skids me. Ugh.
Ah, okay. Ah. You guys hear the sound of stone cracking.
Oh,
Ooh, that
Yes, get fucked.
can't be good. That
Oh,
can't be good.
horo horo horo, horo horo horo.
that's not supposed to be.
And anyone
Yes,
with
what's
a passive perception of 15 or higher would be able to tell that it seems to be coming from near the entrance.
where we came from, or the exit that we
The
found?
exit, the entrance of the building.
That Zapper? What do you hear?
Okay.
Oh, shit!
Stone cracking? Is it collapsing?
I don't
Oh,
know.
that can't be good. That can't be good.
Okay, do we... I'm trying to figure out how she would word this.
Do we bail?
It...
Do we investigate review style?
She remembers the entrance. There's a sound of collapsing. She remembers the entrance was described as having something warbly there, so that's probably the gelatinous cube, which is even though it doesn't stand a chance against us, even as a corpse, it would block the path pretty effectively.
Not
And
collapsing, cracking.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
stone cracking.
it might be some plant life rapidly growing under the foundations, and we should probably get out of the building as fast as possible.
Agreed.
Okay. Everyone, move, what? We also need to get our lizards.
Lizards can climb down. Let's head to the roof.
Hut.
Hot. It's the
And I will
overgrowth closed off.
also we going through the small space.
If it's still
Small code.
crossable.
That's actually a good question. Is it still possible?
Yeah.
I do tend to do that.
It is. The plant growth was not affected by this burst.
Well, lucky us.
Okay, everyone, let's move.
Yeah. You're able to. Thankfully, there's no. You don't hear a whole lot more cracking noises as you head on up. You're able to get back to the roof. Question: how do you get? You don't know. Again, you guys are level 14. You can climb a 15-foot. Yeah, you're able to go up to the lizards, and yeah, you see the one with a much larger tail than it's supposed to have.
How's it doing? With this big old tail.
Oh.
It's
Well, your
it
tail's
seems to
big.
be it's it seems to be roll an animal handling check.
Nah, oh, there, that's a good roll.
It's struggling. Like it does
Say.
not seem used to the weight of the tail at all. So it's like dragging it. It's literally dragging its ass across like the roof as it's walking.
Yeah,
Larry, hold on. Let me take care of that for you.
you want me to do it? I can get it back. Let's
I can use it more. Don't worry.
I am a short rest class. You are a long rest class.
I am superior.
Dispel magic.
I am.
Dispel magic is third to level. I have 3, 6, 8, 9. I have 9 uses of this. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you cast the dispel magic, and its tail shrinks, and it seems to be whatever version a lizard has of Grateful.
There you go, Larry.
Larry.
He's been calling this Lizard Valley ever since we started this expedition.
He's wearing a leisure suit.
Oh dear.
He's in the land of
Scratches on
the
his
lizards. Anyway.
Wet dreams never dry.
Oh god. A 100% synthetic polyester suit.
It's very itchy.
I need to play Leisure Suit Larry at some point. That's some funny shit.
God.
Okay, so yes.
Larry aging rapidly before our very eyes. Okay, everyone on the lizards, let's ride down. Hold on tight. Make sure everything is fastened properly.
Yes. While we're at it, anyone knows where we go next?
To the
Also, why are the X's again
those are
on the map here?
Those are the 2 buildings that are most likely the source of the magic effect. And the one that's circled is a guesstimation that that one is the more likely one, given how clearly we heard the rev up before the burst. So it must either have been in the building that we are in, or in the building just north of us.
Okay. Well, I don't know this. So,
I mean,
alright, so
Fortune
we could
said,
either go.
Fortune said all of that.
I wasn't here doing that.
Oh, well, Fortune said all of that, so Pierre does know.
Okay. So, we could go to the building next to us. Though either all the other buildings are kind of collapsed by the tree, apart from the one on the opposite side.
Yes, we know it was one of the ones damaged by the tree fall. It's probably about equal chance, because I would imagine something like this might be in the center of a building. And the other one's more centrally damaged, but we'll find out. No, we'll have a look.
Alright, so we're going. This is the north. This is north, right?
Yes.
This one's north?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to the north one.
Sounds good.
Hopefully no
sleep again, did you?
Yeah,
T-Rexes
sure.
pop up.
Yep.
You
If you
sleepy
sleep,
boy.
if you sleep, there's a
Heh.
if you sleep on us, there'll be a T-Rex that pops up.
Funny how smooth
Nah, I'm
he
good.
thinks he is with the...
I will recite poetry to you, Astro. No one deserves that. Bear yourself and stay awake.
Oh dear God.
bending
can't
over
help you.
to see the
I shudder
eyelash
at the very thought.
floor.
Oh, frumpled grunt bugly, thy victuations has me as Kerbal floppage.
Fucking Volgans. But,
Joke's on you, I'm into that shit.
but this poem is called Bending Over to See the Eyelash on My Kitchen Floor.
According to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Vogon poetry is the third
Worst in the galaxy, yes.
worst in the
Well, William's been
galaxy.
evaporated.
Most intelligent with this. I'm sorry?
It's mice. So, onwards and forwards, everyone.
Oh, was the number one? Was the first most intelligent mice?
Yes.
Ah, okay. I thought they never actually said because I remember I remember the song with like, oh yeah, the second most intelligent is the dolphins.
It was the third
I
as
don't know.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, and then second most intelligent is dolphins. I don't remember. Anyways. So yeah, you guys will head north, where you will find signs of more recent habitation.
Good shit.
Yeah. You'll on the outside of the building, you'll see a makeshift pile of firewood. You'll see you'll see what looks to be a pile of
Limbs. 7
Uh,
human limbs.
I was gonna say cigarette butts, but I don't know if that's a thing.
Burnt out. I mean, technically, I don't think. I mean, filtered cigarettes might be a thing. They'd be very posh. There would be just like roaches, like the ants.
Cigarettes were invented in the 1500s.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's entirely possible for cigarettes to be here.
Yeah. Fortune used to smoke.
Let's see.
We talked about this.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's pipes and things like that as well.
True.
Joey challenges you to a duel. What deck do you use? Me decking him in the fucking face.
Man, here I was using my zombie swarming beatstick deck. Okay, Joey, is it my turn? Cool. I clear your entire side of the field, summon 8 monsters for a collective 5,000 attack power on my field. Attack. I win. I opened with Black Hole. Fuck
And
you.
that's why card games are fucking stupid.
I Black Hole. To clear the field.
Hey, Yu-Gi-Oh's stupid. Magic's amazing.
No, Magic
no,
is
it
stupid too.
The Yu-Gi-Oh player, I
fact-
agree.
The fact that one of the single most powerful cards in all of Yu-Gi-Oh is one that lets you draw 2 more cards is the most ridiculous shit possible.
I mean, it power creep made it more
It's-
powerful. Back in the day, it used to just be a pretty normal card.
No, it was very
It was-
powerful back then as it is now.
No one Pot of Greed.
Anyway.
first-
I mean, in Magic, one of the like, quote unquote Power
Black
9
Lotus, right?
is Black Lotus
Black
is very
Lotus.
powerful, but Ancestral Recall, I think, is a really powerful card, and it's just draw 3 cards.
Yeah.
Pot of Greed has been banned since 2003.
There's also shit that, like, in Magic that would make a Yu-Gi-Oh player shit their pants, like Time Walk, which lets you take an extra turn.
Astro, there's literally a card in Yu-Gi-Oh that just says you win the game, or not the game, you win the match. It's literally you play this card, you win the match. So that means out of the whole best of 3, you automatically win that.
And what's the stipulation for you to play it?
It's an Exodia card. So the
I don't know what that means.
get 5
It means
pieces in
if
your
you
hand.
have
Is it-
5 cards.
If you have 5 cards of the same, you have 1 card and you have the other 4 cards, you instantly win. That's it. That's it.
There are cards in
You need
Magic
to-
that are like, if you have 30 or more life at the beginning of your turn, you win. There are a bunch of insta-win
Yeah.
cards.
Anyways.
Yu-Gi-Oh has like 1 or 2, but they're very rare
Anyway.
and very gimmicky. Yeah.
Anyways.
So yes, yeah, as I said, you will head north. You see, like signs of life, cigarettes. You see, what appears to be an outhouse of some kind. You see some cigarette butts. Uh, you see various bits and ends of, like, very obviously someone just throwing shit out the door.
Well, whoever was here was not
For
a part of
example,
an
like-
archaeological crew.
like bags of trash and like old like apple cores and things like that.
How old?
Roll an investigation check.
Investigation. The one skill Fortune should have, but I forgot to give her at the beginning of the game.
Let's
Or
see, with
sacrificed
a
for something else.
10. Been here for at least a few weeks. You can't tell the exact date, but yeah, a few weeks at least.
A few weeks in the jungle, these apple cores are gone. Or wait, there's no life in this area, that's right. There's like an anti-life shell or some shit. But still, they're shriveled black things, yeah.
Yes. But yes.
Somebody hasn't been here for almost a month. Let's just make our way through. Let's have a look-see. Whatever happens, I point my gun at it and we see where it goes from there.
Sounds like a plan.
No, it's not, but it's what we're going to do.
Alright, so I'm guessing you head in.
Yes.
Alright. Fortune. The first thing you notice is there's been some destruction in this building.
Okay.
Where in the other building there was like several rooms, a few larger rooms uh for the first floor had like offices, but also had like half of the first floor was basically a conference hall. Someone's been knocking walls down in this one, but you can tell that it was expertly done
No,
in such a way where
no load
the
bearing members.
yes, nothing load bearing was done. In a way that you can tell, ah, yeah, that's dwarven work.
Okay. Whoever knocked these walls down actually made it the point to thin them with chisels before taking the hammers to them, so they come down in slabs. That's dwarf shit. There's only two races that do things like that regularly.
And yeah, you guys are able to find what looked to be living quarters. You find what looks to be an office that's been made up.
Also, these
Uh,
documents are in dwarfish.
and yeah, as you go through the building, you will find the collapsed part of the tree having fallen on the roof. Like you're able to see out the bark and the sunlight streaming through, and you do find it.
Upon
A
laying
large
eyes.
box,
Oh,
a a box with what looks like a television antenna coming out of like the horizontal sides, and what looks like or no, just a metal rod coming out of the horizontal sides, and what looks like a TV antenna coming out of the top. It is surrounded by corpses.
okay, so upon laying eyes on the elephant's foot, Fortune is immediately stricken dead now. um,
Yeah.
okay, that is a problem. It's like humanoid corpses, or what we got? What kind of
Yep,
dead?
humanoid corpses.
Okay.
She is able to see that two of the metal rods seem to have been snapped off, as well as like the cube of stone has been damaged in and of itself. Uh, you're very clearly able to tell what has killed at least some of these people, as you would note. One has a skull that is about the size of the rest of the body combined.
Okay, so big head mode gone wrong.
One of them seems to have a rib cage that has cracked outwards from the inside,
He's gone all Mr. Creosote on us.
and one seems to have a like looks as though the jaw was like torn open, like someone grabbed the lower jaw and just started yanking down.
Okay, so we've got a Wendigo attack. Great.
The others you can't really tell. There's about 40 people in this building that you 40 or roughly 40 people.
Concerning. Okay, so
What do my detect magic see?
yeah.
Apart from many,
Uh,
many transmutation.
yes, but there is a lot of transmutation magic just in the air. Uh, this thing is almost blinding in the amount
Ooh.
of transmutation magic, and it's building. And yeah, as
I
you
don't
get
know what I
close to
was
it,
expecting.
you do hear just this very, very, very faint whining noise coming from it.
Um, Eowyn, could you send your rope to grab that body there? She points to like one of the more intact ones, probably Ribcage Boy.
Huh.
And bring it over?
Uh, sure.
Thank you.
Uh, Pierre, Roll an Arcana check with advantage, please.
Huzzah! Ha! Wonderful.
With the 24, you're able to tell that this, with your detect magic and your specialization, this thing seems to be trying to convert ambient magics into transmutation magic. But with the damage to it, it can't hold all that much. So it just escapes.
Is that how this one works? Is that how this thing works?
But
Am I ever?
yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry?
So it takes like magic from around and turns it transmutation?
That's what it seems to be trying to do.
That's I've never seen anything like that. Oh. It seems it's trying to take in surrounding magic into transmutation. I think because it's cracked, it can't really hold anything. Can't really hold it. I think that's why.
So, do we destroy it or fix it?
I'm afraid of what destroying it might do, apart from leaking more of it out.
We should. We
That's
might be able
true.
to
How
fix
badly
it.
damaged is it?
It's not like cracked in half or anything. Two of the metal rods coming out of it uh are broken off. Part of the stone itself is damaged, and the antenna on top is severely bent.
Doesn't look like anything's too destroyed with the cube. There's not the cube is not damaged, right? Just everything
No,
around it.
no, the cube is slightly damaged.
Okay. Cube is slightly damaged. Metal rod is two metal rods broken and an antenna snapped. Um, that, the cube doesn't seem to be too damaged. I think we can't fix. If this is how much effect it has this lightly damaged, I don't want to see what it does when it's more heavily damaged.
So it. And there's no
Here, this
tree.
is
Is there a tree? Okay. And there's no tree made of metal.
uh y- when it says a tree made of metal, you can
It's the antenna.
immediately
Yeah, it
it
meant like.
means the antenna on top.
Yeah. Oh, okay. When you said like a television, I see. When you said a television antenna, I thought you meant like this shape. I didn't know you meant like on the roof kind of deal. Fair enough. Okay.
Okay. I need some materials and some people who's uh confident in their magic tolerability to
Uh,
help.
fortune.
Magic tolerance.
You will be able to get the body fortune.
Yeah, there. Well, give me a moment. Let me see what information I can get about this before we go over there and touch it. You know, maybe we consider the circle of corpses around it as a important warning. So she's gonna start ritual casting Tiny Hut before casting anything else. And anybody,
Okay.
also everybody, make sure you get around me before I'm done with this. I'm going to prepare us a little safe zone in case it suddenly goes off.
Okay.
Buddy? Okay.
So, do you ritual cast? Oh, yeah, you can only
I
ritual
can
cast.
only
can't
ritual
you?
cast, yeah, because it's
Yeah.
Book of Ancient Secrets.
Okay.
So 11 minutes.
Uh,
What did he do to you in those 11
minutes.
minutes? Horrible,
11
horrible
minutes.
things. I don't like to talk about it.
Listen to me. We are going. Oh, we are going to take 11 minutes. Uh,
Little pork chop. Anyway, and if the tiny hut goes off, Fortune will then cast Speak with Dead on the body.
okay.
And the question.
And yeah,
Go ahead.
it will go off. In that 10 minutes, anyone with a passive perception of 18 or higher would be able to tell that it is getting louder. Not a whole lot, but it is louder
Yeah,
than it was a little bit ago.
it like slowly builds.
I
and
just
bursts.
missed.
Like, guys, this is literally the sea consciousness. This is. We are in the zone.
The auto zone.
How does it feel to be in the Outback Steakhouse, Jeb? Crispy Jeb! Crispy Jeb! Okay. God damn it.
Drink, fry, drink, fry, drink, fry.
So, the questions. Who
Okay.
has her book ready for the writing. Who are you and your companions? And what are your names? Or I guess just who are you and your companions? Is it what kind of body is it,
See.
by the way?
It is a dragonborn body.
Oh shit. Do I speak Draconic? I probably don't. Oh no, not even close. I will just try common for now. DMing. Oh shit.
My name is Al, and we are the Myriad Company. I don't know what the device is. The tree fell on the building. There was a flash of light, and my chest hurt.
Oh,
Why did you come here? The wizard paid us.
Okay. What wizard paid you? Moritz is correct. He totally would.
Sorry.
Go find the source of this transmutation magic and bring it to me. Go
Hmm.
on. 2,000 gold. Go on.
huh.
There we go. The gnome Griffin Bafflebelt.
Bring battle belt. Okay, let me see. Gonna write all this down here.
Is that a name I read? Wait, is it? Can we all hear what he's saying?
Yes.
Do you
Is-
speak Draconic?
Fortune doesn't speak Draconic. She asked in common. Did it reply in Draconic?
Yeah, I guess so. Let's see.
Also, the
I'm-
dragonborn named Thomas.
Hmm.
Thomas Alhoun, which damn, that's a scary last name. I'm starting to think it's a fake name.
Yes, it was in common.
Do I recognize the name?
Do I recognize the name?
Both of you roll a history check. I will say, Sebastian, you can roll one with advantage because you are more on the administrative side.
That's not an advantage. That's just a 16.
22.
Uh, hmm. Sebastian, you would recognize the name as like one of the group that went into the jungle and never came back about a year ago. Uh, Pierre, you recognize the name, but it's just kind of a weird name, so you know.
Does that name sound fairly familiar? Hmm.
One of
You
the wizards group who came here last
Uh,
year.
Oh, the one with the group that went missing?
Nods.
Dwemer Flow. What is Dwemer Flow?
It's a spell from 3rd edition and earlier that lets you pull magic from one item and put it into another.
Uh,
It's actually one of the core components for enchanting items.
Hmm.
Yeah. And basically, with this box and the enchantment methods of, you can make very powerful transmutation items with this box. Like, holy shit. Like, this is definitely how they made that potion.
Also, the shit I could do with that spell. Oh my god.
I converted it to 5th edition wording. I have it.
anyways, so yes, those are the answers you guys got. What do you want to do?
Um, taking what Pierre said into account, that this thing soaks up ambient magics and expels transmutation effect, just transmutation magics. What effect would that have on like the localized weave? Would that be particularly draining or damaging or anything, or would that cycle through normally?
Uh, it is probably like somewhat damaged considering like the input and output of it. If it wasn't damaged, it would probably be more gentle, so to speak. But like the way this
Hmm.
thing is going, it's probably not having a particularly good effect on the weave.
Could we expect like Phasris or wild magic? Phasris is the magical radiation after the spell plague, or wild magic to form from this over time, or for it
It
even to
is
create dead
a
magic, like to ruin the weave in the space completely?
either or is entirely possible.
Okay.
So 3 questions.
Mhm.
What are the well, basically, what's the from I guess from where I am current from where here is currently, what is the box made out of? What metal is the antenna made out of? And what are the metal rods made out of? Just trying to see what what they are so I know guess I know what to turn materials into if I need to. And also the
Uh,
what effects they are related to transmutation magic specifically.
I'm sorry, what was that last thing?
What is everything made out of? Box, rod, antenna, and what relations do they have to, I guess, transmutation magic?
Let's see.
Oh, we're not high enough level for anti-magic field.
No.
Go ahead and use or do a history. Do 3 history checks for me, please.
Alright,
Heh.
here we go.
The third one with advantage.
You got. I didn't need advantage for that, but okay. Uh, yep, I didn't need advantage. Well, quite.
Let's see. With an 18, you are able to tell that the stone is some kind of uh it seems to be made out of basalt.
Sauce, all right. He
Uh
starts noting this down.
as for the metals, you're not entirely certain what it is. They seem to be like very silvery looking metals, but that could be anything from silver to like even aluminum kind of.
It's rhodium.
Silver, possibly aluminum on the antenna.
As for the like effects that it has, basalt is a very dense stone. It can hold. It basically soaks up a lot of. It basically soaks things. Like it can soak up heat. It can soak up magic. It can soak up just forces. It's a very good sink, basically.
Okay, yeah. So the basalt is mainly what's used to absorb the magic.
Okay, so we have a standard absorption containment shell and Fortune's gonna try and figure out what the antenna is made of herself. Ah, shit.
Okay. That's unfortunate payday, but understandable.
Okay,
Sleep
good night,
well.
Payday.
Alright.
You guys have such nice. Thank you.
D&D ASMR.
Ricky's got the D&D ASMR voice.
Alright, so first we're going to form a...
ASMR.
I don't think this is a very soothing or nice voice. This is kind of shrill and annoying, personally.
Anyways,
Tell that to Orion.
Oh no.
anyways, yeah, go ahead and roll a Smith's Tools with it intelligence.
Got it. Intelligence. 29.
Damn.
29. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be a metal. It seems to be several different threads of metal like winding together to make like a metal cord.
Okay.
Like yeah, some steel, some silver, some some aluminum, a little bit of iron, copper.
It appears to be a woven composite. If you look closer, you can see the color differentiations. Would this be used for emission or collection?
Collection. There are. Let's see. Pierre would be able to tell that with uh with a 24 in history, because like yeah, he did. Like the uh the copper basically acts as an attractor. The steel acts as like a thoroughfare. Like you go this way. Uh, the silver acts as a choke point, like to keep too much from coming in. Uh, yeah,
So wait, what
it's
was made of silver and bronze again?
the rods seem to be made more like ropes of various metal threads. Things like aluminum, steel, aluminum, steel, copper, silver, a little bit of iron. The Pierre would be able to know, like, with transmutation magic, silver is a metal that helps limit transmutation magic. Like, yeah, it's especially effective on like werewolves and things like that. Uh, creatures that transform. Uh, it helps. It acts as a buffer so that not too much will go through at once. The copper acts as like an attractor of magic. It's very easy to uh, enchant copper. The steel would act as a sort of uh, a line, like an electrical cable of, all right, you go this way into the rock. The iron basically acts as, to keep it all spread out, like stiff, so it doesn't just flop onto the floor. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I got the gist of it. He's furiously writing his notes. He's making sure he got everything that he can before trying to fix it.
Yeah, you guys will see there is a gnome next to the box, like right next to the box, within like 5 feet of it. Uh, his let's see, you would note that his spine seems to have grown.
Well, my assessment, if we wanted to disable this thing, the top antenna, it's if we cut that off, it would halt or significantly slow its absorption. If we make it a clean cut, we should be able to reattach it easily, so we could cut that off, begin work on repairing the rest of it, and then reattach it if we wanted to conserve it. But then we have to ask, what would we do with it? Because this is, well, it's kind of like a mythalar, or something similar to an orb of devastation. It's very dangerous.
I'll have to ask my professors what we could do. This is something
Or not a
very
mythalar.
very out of my hands.
Well, actually, yeah, this thing creates a bunch of... Yeah, this would actually be a good component for the creation of a mythalar, but... like a one simple part of the greater machine. But, I... maybe best if this was destroyed.
If we want to destroy it, we'll have to make sure that the magic that might be currently stored in it is neutralized.
Our best bet would be to wait for an emission, and then immediately after, if we were going to do that. From there, probably a tiny hut as fast as I can. Maybe Dispel Magic would drain it? Possibly?
That was my thought. I don't believe any.
Um,
I don't believe any of us are powerful enough to cast anti-magic field. Not yet.
it would be really a really big dispel magic though. I don't
Well,
think.
we could do multiple.
Hmm.
We just need it empty. We don't need the enchantments removed from it. I mean,
Oh,
what could we do with it? After one of my fiascos, I started to learn that maybe certain things just should never have been invented.
well, it would seem that things went well for this before an accident happened. It's not really their fault.
Well, I'm not talking about how it went for them. I want you to think on the state of the world and the people in the world and what they would do with something like this, which can basically drain the weave in a large area around it and convert it into mass amounts of transmutation magic. You could also probably make one that converts it into other forms of magic, such as evocation to weave giant blasts of arcane energy, or necromancy to raise every corpse for miles, or enchantment to enslave entire countries. Probably not a
Again,
good thing to
this
keep.
is out of my league. I would report this to my professor. I do want to at least either deactivate it and have them look into it, or yeah, I think we should deactivate it. I'm not unsure on destroying it. This decision is out of a bit of my out of just a simple student like me.
What would we do with it if we didn't destroy it? Just leave it here for somebody to collect? Ooh,
Like I said, I'm gonna report this to my professor and have them look at it.
but who does
We're
your...
not just gonna leave it here.
No, but who does your professor answer to?
William,
Yes.
I don't know
Yes.
how this works. What?
What country did you learn magic in?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't remember the countries. We've been out of the map for a while now. Down's way.
Was it in Elfland, human country?
He moved out of his elfland to learn magic. So
Okay. So that would be probably Kentra or Pice if it was somewhere nearby to Felzaget. Um, or Sivatag. Sivatog. I guess, well, there's also... Yeah, you have a bunch of options. That's like a very central point.
actually, I think I wrote it down, but I don't know what well my thing is. Nope, I didn't write it down. Oh, okay. So what were my options again? William?
I'm sorry.
What were the options again for where my academy would be? Where the
Wait,
academy I came from would be?
Felzaget is
Uh,
Elfland.
Started in Felzaget, then the closest options would be Pice or the
Kresk.
Kresk Empire. Uh, you could go. You
Could boat on over to Pustinia or Sivatag also.
probably doesn't want to go to.
Why? It's just a little deserty. I mean, Sivatag looks pretty deserty too.
Oh yeah, but that's the Pustinia is where the lizard folk and Yuan Ti live.
Yeah. Hey, they're great people to learn magic from.
Blood magic.
I
You learn it as they're casting it on you.
Yes. Also, why does it have the
Good shit.
Confederation? Oh, like the map got moved around. Like the Confederation's over here. All the Nels stuff is missing. Huh.
Oh.
The map is where it's been. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I remember I had like the Confederacy of Nels written out all over here. Huh. Oh well.
I don't know.
It's fine. Don't
Yeah,
worry about it.
because like all the cities are where they are. All the All
It's
the like the squares are where they should be.
it's not important. I know it's there, and that's what matters.
I can't tell if William's gaslighting us or not.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Did Nigel go home and realize his home no longer existed?
But yes. So, what are you thinking, comical?
Either Civitar or Quest Empire.
Okay.
I guess
Uh,
Civitar then.
okay. Let's see Vitag. It would kind of vary, but uh, the if you did the Magic Academy in Bovaros, it would be the uh, the conglomerate that uh, basically makes the decisions in the academy. There is a headmaster, but yeah, there are. Uh, if it was the other one, which would be around here, it is much more independent. In which case, the your professor would probably answer to his like department head, who would answer to the headmaster, who would probably answer to either a board of school executives or the king.
I point you to the events of the Elder Scrolls Skyrim's College of Winterhold quest, The Eye of Magnus.
You say this like I've played Skyrim.
Big, powerful magical
Don't, it's
artifact
terrible.
found. People all want it. Crazy elf locks himself in the room with it and tries to harness its power and almost destroys the town.
To be fair, the elf guy is the only one who actually wanted it. The headmaster wanted it at one point, and then it killed all his friends. So he's
Well-
like, "All right, I'm not fucking with that anymore."
Well, the thing is, like, he either would have taken the power for himself and become some sort of magical overlord, or handed over to the old Mary Dominion, which would have been really bad.
Anyways. So yes.
This thing is like a catastrophe waiting to happen.
I don't know what you've been through myself. I don't know what you've been through. I
Well, this
I
isn't.
the I was taught and I've always used my magic for the good of others. That's why I help out here. I know this thing is dangerous, really dangerous. But they were trying to make this for something before tragedy struck and changed everything on this island. You know, I wished I could go back to that and go back to that, but I don't know. Again, I will leave it to my. Here's a moment. Who do I choose? I guess would be the more established magic school, I guess, because basically he like picked it out of like a college brochure. So sure,
It would also be easier to get into that college as a foreigner.
yeah, okay. So professor, headmaster, conglomerate magic people, right?
And where's the?
Yeah, so you'd probably want to speak to like the headmaster or your professor.
Yes. To tell my professor, then well, my magic school is kind of run by the conglomerate. If that's something.
I love that Fortune spent most of her life saying "fuck gone," "fuck gone," not gone, "fuck gone," and his stupid behaviors, and now suddenly, oh, I'm starting to get it. Character growth. The fucking Eye of Odin incident really had that in the Doros garrison. Those two had an effect on her. What does Fortune know about the conglomerates and their actions? How often does scummy shit come to light with them?
Roll a history check.
Okay. Well,
Honestly, it kind of varies from like country to country. Uh, there and like how far back you go, honestly. Uh, Recently they've been a lot more, you know, uh, friendly because of the common enemy in the cult, but it is like as quote unquote friendly as the countries are, they are still different countries. They are still interested in like the advancement of their country and their citizens. Uh, the
Whoever we give this
uh,
to, it would put them leagues ahead of everyone else.
it would cause a shift in the balance of power, yes.
let's see. The the probably the scummiest would probably be Pustinia or the Kresk Empire, but like the last about like 10, 15 years, the Kresk Empire has very much calmed down
Yeah,
because of the new emperor who has put a complete kibosh on expansion and is focusing instead entirely on
developing his
internal
lands.
I'm sorry.
Developing his lands.
Yes, completely on like infrastructure, development of schools, things like that.
Yeah. It's like, okay, no more expansion. We can barely control what we got. We're collapsing. I'm in charge now.
Yeah, basically.
They're basically doing what the Romans should have done.
Yeah.
So the UK. Okay.
Yeah.
You
But
know what's funny about the Romans?
Hmm?
Their whole thing was defensive. Like they quote unquote we don't go out and attack people. We defend our borders.
Yeah.
But the thing was, it's like we have to fight the enemy at the gate. Okay, we've killed the enemy at the gate, taken their land. That means the gate is now over here, and that means that that guy is now at the gate,
yeah,
which means we have to kill him.
yeah, they defend their borders. They're slowly expanding borders. But
Yeah.
the
Borders that are expanding because they're defending their borders.
exactly. Um
No. They expand the borders first and then defended them without asking.
Anyways,
a creeping empire. But
but yes, Fortune, you would know that yeah, there are a few like there are incidents that happen, but considering how like
a,
isolationist a lot of the countries are, uh,
a,
it's not as bad as it could be, but
a massive power struggle can be expected, basically.
uh, over this thing, yeah, probably. There are a few countries that probably wouldn't much care about it, other than making sure that whoever got it didn't abuse it.
Dooming it to be
Kintra
lost
would,
in Kentro.
yeah, Kintra would absolutely love this fucking thing.
Yeah, but Kentro would misuse it, whether on purpose or by accident.
They would just throw it into Mechanus. They give it to Primus.
Give it to Asmodeus. He'll put it in his little vault. What's the worst that could happen? But
Books
Here,
signed by Gary
if you wi-
Gygax. They're now 3
if you wish
times
to
the
study
size.
this, then that you can. But
Let me put it this way.
regardless of this will either do incredible good or devastating bad. There's not much in between.
Let me put it this way. Everything is on fire, and this thing is made out of a combustible material. Do we want to add it to everything that's on fire and hope it doesn't catch? This would, whoever gets it would probably try to use it, and in our current struggles, that is not good.
Just dump it in the middle of the fucking.
Alright, how about this? Then, how about this? Flash, Mr. Flash, you have sending, right?
Flush, I believe, does have sending.
Can we not tell other
Yeah.
people about this yet?
He does have sending, yes.
If you want, we could ask the dwarves that used to inhabit this place. This is their island.
The problem is this isn't a matter of... Okay, this isn't a matter of, oh, who rightfully owns it. This is a matter of, if we let the world know this exists, is it going to cause everything to go into even more trouble? I'm not asking
Either this is
who do we give it to, I'm asking, do we give it to anybody at all, or do we destroy it? We're not at who yet.
with my the way I see it is that it could be something that progresses magic as a whole. Maybe something against the almost occult that you've been talking about.
They've been talking now as if they don't exist.
Well, in this time, they haven't been doing a lot. Too bad. They're more sporadic,
Yeah.
right?
But the problem is, we have enough weapons right now, and we have to think of what happens after the war. And is this technology modifiable? Could somebody make one of these but enchantment? I, for one, don't like the idea of an entire population of tens of thousands of people being brainwashed simultaneously.
If we learn more about it, we can always know more about how to disarm it.
Okay. What do we do right now?
Well, either way, I do advocate to first deactivate the whole thing first.
Okay.
I don't know if it cutting it off would heal itself or everything would just remain.
I don't
I'm unsure.
think so. How big is this thing?
It's a pretty hefty boy. It's about each side is about 8 feet.
Oh damn, this thing's huge. Well, it's quote unquote large size, but
That's a big antenna.
our best bet would probably be to just cut the collection antenna off for now. Just to prevent it building up anymore. But the problem is, I don't want to touch it to find out.
So, what's a material that's I guess it would be silver, right? That's really, really resistant to transmutation.
It basically, silver has like a revealing property, and yeah, it reveals shape
Yeah.
signatures and
Yeah, it
So
does.
silver.
Like,
Absolutely. Okay.
yes.
It's a dampener.
You have
Yes.
silver? I could make a silver glove.
Well, the problem is I have to actually like touch it to identify it.
Hmm.
Yeah, identify does require like
Well,
skin contact.
I already. Hold on. How long is identify? It's like one
1
one
minute.
action, right?
1 minute.
1 minute. Flushel is gonna like
Eh,
look at the both of you guys, and he's just gonna ask,
Oh.
maybe we should ask the gnome, or maybe we should try and find some paperwork, something, like a diary, maybe. Maybe it'll explain what it is, what it's supposed to be for.
Yeah, sweet. You're right, Flush. You're right. Good idea. Um, Fortune will send Zapper around to look for any journals or paperwork and ask Leonie to drag the gnome in.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
Leonie to ask Awen. Aoni.
yeah, Awen.
Awoni.
Awoni.
Owoni.
Leowin, which is a town in Oblivion
Owoni.
in Cyrodiil.
Yeah, you will have Zapper roll an investigation check, please.
Yeah.
As Awen can very easily grab the
8.
the gnome whose spine seems to be about 3 times longer than it should be.
Luckily, as long as the head's still on the spine. When
You don't even need it on the spine. You
I
just need
know,
the head.
just need a head. Yeah, a jaw.
Eh?
I use it on the big skull. Who dares speak to me? Sadly, I can't cast it again right now. I have to wait, but
Who dares speak to me?
it was a fairy.
Little did you know, the spell failed because someone's been here 10 days ago.
No, and you already cast it.
No, it's Pika from One Piece.
No idea who that is. But
He's the guy who can meld into stone. The gladiator dude who was a member of Doflamingo's crew. He's the one who had the really really high pitched voice, and everyone laughed at him.
I didn't watch One Piece. They met Chopper, and then I said, that's enough.
If they were here,
You
I think she would get. Listen, Pete.
They met the reindeer. But, any documentation located with the 8?
Let's see. It is Zapper is able to find a journal on the gnome, but not a whole lot else in the room.
Okay. I assume the journal is in Gnomish.
It is in gnomish, yes.
Yeah.
There you go,
damn it.
Freaky. That's Pika.
It's fucking... Oh, God. His weird flesh spikes on his shoulder.
He has a very high pitched voice, and he's very self conscious about it.
Just... this...
To the point where, like, the first 200 chapters he was introduced, he just didn't say a fucking word.
This fucking character design. This is something out of Super Jail.
Anyway. I like how he has armor just over his abs.
Listen, they're very precious to him. But,
Also, that thing would stab him in the throat every time he looks down.
yes. Does anybody speak Gnomish? Anybody?
I do.
Here you are, Sebastian. Please dictate for me. or not dictate, please just read it aloud.
He'll nod. And I'll start reading aloud the place. The thing. The journal.
Yeah.
There we go.
Basically, the journal is belongs to this gnome. Like obviously. His name is Burfin Bafflebelt.
Fair
Burfin
enough.
Bafflebelt.
Yeah, the one that actually
Uh,
sent them there, he went with them, which is interesting.
Yeah. He is a transmutation. He is talking about how he wishes to prove to be how he is the greatest transmutation wizard to ever live.
Ah. One of these.
So he has brought these people here because he had stories passed down through his family about an old magic academy that was here. So he hired a bunch of people. He figured that it has to be transmutation magic because why else would everything be so huge on and around this island? It has to be some kind of transmutation effect. Because this isn't natural. So he comes here, finds the academy, loses about a third of the people he brought with him, unfortunately, in the meantime. But yeah, he finds what he's looking for. He finds this place. And once he's here, he begins studying. He begins uh, doing experiments, begins learning, and through those experiments, he learns how to make the box.
Oh shit, he
And
made the
basically,
The
box.
box.
yes,
Okay, this guy's spellbook, if it's on him, is incredibly valuable. Pierre's gonna be
Uh,
drooling.
and yeah, this guy made the box, and he made it to see if he could alter the transmutation effects. He wanted to see if he could speed the growth of the things on the island or slow it down. And he was succeeding. And then the tree fell. The last entry is about how one of the men said that there was going to be a hurricane the next day, and that he hoped that nothing was damaged.
He just death flagged us. They lynched that man that night for death flagging them, but it didn't stop the tree.
No. The druids said that the storm was coming, and Burfin hoped that nothing would be damaged.
They lynched him that night for death flagging them. But it didn't stop the tree. Anyway,
It only encouraged the tree.
Okay. So, this is incredibly dangerous.
But yeah, this thing was supposed to be a research tool. It was supposed to either speed up or slow down the growth of the things on the island.
Yeah. So this is incredibly dangerous. It is a very wide-range absorption and emission device with a conversion core. Some sort of conversion thing, to use the technical term, in it. Basically, it's a spell box. It's
Pierre.
Yeah?
Can you roll me a Arcana with advantage, please?
It's like a wand. Sort of like a wand.
Oh, many. Here we go. 2, 3. 2, 3.
Pierre, with this thing, with like the these are extremely detailed notes he's giving about this thing.
Oh no.
Very, very deep. It takes like 3 hours for Sebastian to fully read this journal.
Honestly, at this point, I'm probably just gonna transcribe it onto another piece of paper.
Well, you have a whole other book,
but yeah, as he's like giving out the details, you're like fairly certain you could work this thing. Like you're pretty sure you could use this machine if you wanted to. If it was whole, you could speed things up, you could slow things down, you could turn it on and off. He even there's even a posit that Burfin had where he thinks he could reverse things on this island, make them smaller again.
Well, we don't really want that.
Yeah, his face looks kind of blank in like slight confusion. And then turns to like bewilderment. That's how this works? Huh.
You figured something out?
I I think I know how to work with it. If this thing is fixed, I know how to how to use it and turn it off. Turn it off that way. It's mechanics are not too simple enough for me to understand.
Do you think
Though
you could
I
stabilize
might.
it?
I
Make
think
it
I
so the
understand
magic.
enough.
Hmm?
I think I understand it enough that I can confidently fix it to a stable enough state,
Then what
to a
if?
usable state.
Then what if instead of destroying it, we keep it a secret? Keep it here, fix it, and just leave it. This is good for resources. It'll
Yeah.
keep us stocked for the war. And if nobody else knows that this is here, then nobody will be able to take advantage of it. No one's been this deep in the forest since these researchers. No one wants to be this deep in the forest. We clear it
No one's
out
been this
around.
deep in.
We clear it. We clear it out. We clear out the forest near this, so there's no more trees. We set up, maybe even set up a teleportation circle. Make it so we can check in on it. Run maintenance.
Okay, few problems with that. One, we are more or less a group of strangers to each other. One of which I do know cannot be trusted. Something like this. Side-eyeing Flush. I wish Ghost was here.
Meh.
That is a lot of room for somebody to say something or to try and misuse it. As far as people who could actually use the device, luckily, I think that might just be Pierre. It's Arcana check to see if you understand it, correct, William?
Yes, but because you are not a transmutation wizard, the DC will be higher for you.
26.
you're pretty sure that you would know how to like use it, but not based on magic, but based
The
purely on
mechanics.
like mechanical skill.
Yeah. And possibly me. So that.
And like so yeah, you're pretty sure that the only people who could do this would be either like craftsmen on your level or like like transmutation wizards that are
Yeah.
on Pierre's level.
Yeah. Or possibly flush.
Possibly, but
Yeah.
it would be much. Flush would need much more. Like, probably need to be taught how to use it.
Yeah. Um, would it be Pierre or me? Possibly Flash? But that's of our group. It does narrow it down at least. I don't want to use it. I want it destroyed. I don't know what Flash wants. He's being really quiet. Um, there are people out there who could also use it. I do know one of them already. There's a Triton man who definitely probably could.
Oh yeah, the Smith.
Yeah, the Smith
Or,
could definitely use this thing, couldn't he?
uh, he is one of the better craftsmen you've seen.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
You think?
Oh yeah, Nelmas, because he's not known as the Smith in this setting because he never, you know, left his family in this family.
Well, I'd assume he still goes by the Smith within his more personal circles.
No, because like the whole thing with that was like he went crazy and like
Oh.
became like super obsessed with making the greatest thing he could, and
Yeah.
he didn't want he wanted he did the thing that J.K. Rowling did, where she started using different names so that it wasn't like, oh, it's the person who wrote Harry Potter. This is
Yeah.
gonna be a good book.
Stephen King did it as well. But
Yeah.
there's the Arcanist Albert Valentius. He could probably use it. Because it occurs to me Mr. Kretz in this setting, so Valentius would be as well.
Yeah. Basically, like the highest level of wizards and like the highest level of craftsmen.
Yeah. My point is there's a lot of people out there who could probably use this that are under the thumb of reputable groups. And if we're having
Then-
5 people know about it, and making a trend and making teleportation circles to it, and coming back and forth from it, doing regular, maintenance on it, that's a lot of risk.
That would
And
only be
finding-
Pierre.
The problem is Pierre would
it'll
have
be
to
Pierre.
Pierre would have to
Listen,
be gathering resources and going back and forth to it. People are going to ask questions eventually.
I do have a proposition. We keep this a secret until the war, and keep it as a backup, as a resource. We use it when we can. If this cult starts getting out of hand, but when everything's done, when the court's out, the court's been dealt with, we will destroy it. I'll gather as much as I can learn from it, but I won't. But I won't keep any knowledge on how to make it. Just from what I can learn from it. I made myself a promise to not misuse magic. It's a cool thing that my parents taught me. They're adventurous and they're loving people. This is a dangerous item. Like at first, I thought it was used to something good, and I think still might, but it's mainly for research purposes and manipulating the surrounding area. I'm I'm fine with it being destroyed at some point. But for now, I think it is very much in our benefit to keep it active, or at least learn how it works for now.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you know about the Eye of Odin incident? That would be the device they were using to make the spheres of devastation back in the snowy ice dwarf, East Dwarf,
Motu.
in Motu. Yes.
I don't think I know anything about that, huh, William?
Uh, you'd have probably heard from like a few dwarves about some weird shit happening, but the finer details would probably not have escaped you. Yes.
Not too well.
It was 97 Orbs of Devastation, wasn't it, William?
23.
23. So, in Motu, the elemental cult got their grubby little mitts on something known as the Eye of Odin. Now, the Eye of Odin is is basically this. It's this thing, but it soaks up elemental evocation magics, particularly of wind and water. They made a bunch of spheres of orbs of devastation for ice magic. They encased an entire town in ice. They were loading it onto. They were going to load it onto. They were going to load onto the Sky Castle, weren't they? They were going to load
In
it
this
on.
timeline, most likely, yes.
Yeah. In this timeline, they would likely load it onto their Sky Castle and bomb major cities from high above with it. And we have reason to believe they may have also had that hidden away because I didn't hear about it at all back in my timeline, but it could very easily have just
You
been
did
behind their
actually.
board. Oh, so they. Hold on.
Yeah. Remember, you guys went. You guys went into the castle. It was still owned by the giant.
Oh, it's Blogoth.
When you-
Not Blogothcus. Blogothcus. Um, I miss Blogothcus. But sorry.
The Sky Giant's castle. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, they could use it to basically bomb major cities from the sky. This could probably do something equally as bad or worse. Such as mass flesh to stone. And I don't trust 5 chuckle fucks to keep it a secret. 1, 2, 3.
Make weapons, lad.
I do.
Why do you do it?
I did it because it was Craig's last dream. And he did it to prove a point to his family. And it has led to a major problem, which is why I moved on to these. And she's like holding Zapper. Shakes it around a little.
Do you not believe that they could be used to destroy?
That is why I stopped making them.
Why do you keep it?
It's too late. The genie is out of the bottle. I will not make any new ones, but what is here is here.
That is you, but I believe I can try and make the most out of it what I can.
Yeah, this genie is still in the bottle. I'm saying don't open the fucking bottle. If you try to use it, if you try to learn how to use it, for evil or for good, you will let the genie out of the bottle. And if anyone else finds out, they will try to claim the genie. And you will not be able to control the genie unless you and all of us die with the knowledge and destroy this entire place. Now, we are currently at the point where we still have the option of destroying this now, destroying the notes, and hiding it all away so that even if we wanted to, we could not use it. Keep this genie in the bottle forever. But the moment we repair it, we grow to understand it, and we try to utilize it, that is the genie free upon the world.
God, I hate Fortune so much.
I know.
Trust me, so
She's
does
so
Sebastian.
she's so exhausting.
The problem is, this is exactly what will happen because we already watched it happen. Twice. 3 times, actually. It was much
I
smaller
want
scale the
to.
first time.
There's been so many times where I just want to kill her, but Pierre is not that kind of person.
Damn, son.
Fine. You know, I don't live in your world. I don't know what you've experienced or you've gone through,
I'm accounting for this world, not
but
my own life
that's
calculations.
your choice. On my own, and I'm choosing to take what I can now. No? Come on. Let's start it off first and start the destruction process. Start the destruction process.
If we can at all. I...
Trust me, we can.
Thank you, Pierre. Please note, I'm not saying this out of what would be the worst case scenario where I'm from.
Fortune,
I'm saying it from...
stop. You've done
I've said
enough.
enough. I've made my decision. I'll keep on going with hope. That's what I am. That's how I was raised. I've lived for 100 years and I've seen the best of the best. I haven't seen the worst of the worst like you have, obviously.
I've seen the best of
But
the
I'm choosing
best, so...
to preserve what I have. So, let's do it.
Okay. I mean,
To put a slight wrench in the plans.
yeah. Emission now.
No.
So I really need this to end quickly. I gotta go take a shower. I really have to BRB, but let's do this quickly. Come on.
Put a slight wrench in the plans. Pierre would know. And Fortune probably just doesn't want to think about it. The best way to destroy this thing is to first fix it, because if you try to destroy it other ways, it's just going to release everything.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's why I said cut off the thing first. Cut off the antenna first.
Yeah. Well, it's... Fixing it isn't exactly the issue, it's the process of getting to understand it fully and utilize it. Because right now we just know fix some cracks, put the rods back on. So it's like wait for an emission, cut the collector off, then begin repairing the damage. Right?
How about this? Pierre fixes it alone. None of us interfere. None of us see. Only Pierre knows how it works. This way, information doesn't get leaked. Even if its existence is revealed, it will be destroyed. And only one person will know how to make it.
Well, I don't think we even need to go so far as to know how to make it to repair it.
Pierre probably already does know how to make it anyways.
It depends on how
I mean,
simple this is.
repelling.
Or knows
or knows how it
He's
works
already
well
figured
enough.
out the best way to fix it because a lot of it is just like destroyed parts that can be remade, put back where they are,
Hmm.
and the cracks. So it's really not so. So really, superficially trying to make it again is not really the point. It's just fixing it. We know
Yeah.
how components to fix it. That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
and we will end the session on Awen gets a message from her sending stone.
dun-dun.
Oh,
From
she's
one
not
of her
even here.
sending stones.
We've been listening in. We
Yeah.
know everything.
And that is where we will end the session.
All right.
Okay, good. I need to take a shower and lit myself a fortune.
The horrible
Oh,
God.
fucking cleanup game we have to play because we keep finding country-ending apparatus of destruction. How many is this now? Like
that-
4? 5?
It's the third.
Okay.
It's the third.
It's the third country-ending apparatus of doom.
I am
oh,
Oppenheimer.
God.
Can drop the bomb if I want. So long and good night. I'm gonna take a shower.
Learn to ride the bomb.
How I learned to stop being afraid and love.
Geopolitical freaking studies. Geopolitical
All right.
conundrums.
I'm headed out too. Cheers.
All right. You have a good night.
You too.
Man. I wonder if they'll miss Fortune.